Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sidebusters.
So proud of the guys, just kept clawing, kept fighting back, and I'm beyond proud of them.
He sends a high fly ball to deep right center field. No one's going to catch that. It is going way back, and that is out of here for a home run. Luke Cossey, a monster shot, clears the 405 sign. Our first home run at Duncan Field since 2023. Touch 'em all, Luke Cossey.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
One run will score. Here comes a second run home. Johnston digging for third. He slides in, and the Sodbusters have a 3-0 lead as Weston Johnston scorches one over the head of Jake Daly.
All the credit to the guys in the dugout playing really, really hard, keeping it simple, throwing strikes on the mound, going right at kids, and then just keep it simple up at the plate. And all the credit to the guys for just busting their butts night in, night out.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sidebusters.
The last things the Hastings Sodbusters needed was a day off. 6 wins in a row to start the season in a variety of ways. How about number 7 after a 3-day weekend? Their opponent may need a day off as Fremont has played 7 road games in 6 days, and they had to make the 6-hour trip from Pierce, South Dakota after being run-ruled the last 2 days. It's a great chance for another win for the Hastings Sodbusters, but you'd love to strike early and eliminate doubt. Hastings and Fremont, 2 old rivals in the Independence Baseball League, squaring off this evening. I'm Steve Stein. Our producer is Mason Hendricks. We'll hear from Ryan Valenta as he interviews Weston Johnson. That's our Sodbuster Spotlight on a gorgeous night for baseball here in Hastings. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Our latest episode of the Sodbusters Spotlight. Ryan Valenta with one of the best fundamental hitting guys on the team right now, Weston Johnson. And you've been a breath of fresh air so far to this Hastings Sodbuster team. First off, you're one of the Arkansas Tech guys. Tell us about your summer here so far. What your overall impression is, your first 6 games as a Sodbuster.
It's great. My main goal going into the summer was to just get as many at-bats as I can and grow as a player, and it helps having such a great group of guys around you to do that with.
Let's talk a little bit about your spring season at Arkansas Tech. How was that? Did you get the results you wanted? And what specifically are you looking to improve on this summer?
This year was more of a growing year for me, going from high school to a 4-year school. And so there was a lot of growing pains early on, and then ended up redshirting this year. And I feel like I grew quite a bit as a player just in that short time, just being around those high-level guys and being in that atmosphere.
Well, highlighting tonight's game against Owyhee, another multi-hit game for you. You've shown off the power, something I've never seen at Duncan Field before, a right-handed hitter going opposite field, a one-hop off the 405 wall. Talk about your approach at the plate so far this summer, and how well are you seeing the baseball in your eyes?
Right now, I'm just trying to stay up the middle, just trying to keep an approach where I'm not muscling up or trying to do too much, and right now it's working for me, so I figured I'd just stick to it.
All right. Have you ever visited Nebraska before this season? If not, is this your first time? And what's been your impression of the town of Hastings here?
I actually had a youth tournament when I was little in Omaha, and then it was right about the time the College World Series was going on, so we got to go to that. So it was a pretty good first impression of Nebraska.
All right. Well, this is a much smaller than Omaha. Just a sound of 25. How does this compare to your hometown? And have you gone sightseeing anywhere? I know you've been busy quite here. What's your first overall impression of this compared to your hometown?
My hometown's pretty small. It's a little bit smaller than this, probably about half the size. But Hastings is great. I mean, I have a great family, host family, and so we went a couple of places to some taxidermy place and stuff like that. So I'm a big hunter, so that was a cool experience.
All right. Well, let's talk about school now. I know it's the summer. Nobody wants to talk about school, but tell us about your classes at Arkansas Tech. What are you planning on, or what are you majoring in, and what are you planning on becoming for your career?
Right now, I'm majoring in ag business. I like to be outside and do those things, so I'm majoring in that, and then I'm gonna see where that goes from there.
All right. Any dream job that you might like to have with that degree once you get it?
Dream job would probably be just kind of working for my dad. I like being around my family, so working for him would be pretty cool.
All right. What, do your dad own a business? What does he do?
No, he does crop insurance, so he does some stuff like that, and he travels a little bit. So when I was little, I used to travel with him sometimes, so that was a cool experience.
All right. So are you a big baseball guy in like the major leagues or college? Do you have any teams that you like to follow?
I'm a Rangers fan, so being from Texas, you kind of have to. It's just one of those things. But we had a pretty good year a couple years ago, so rooting for them right now.
All right. Well, the other team in the Texas area, the Houston Astros, what do you think about them?
I'm not sure if I should say on.
I'll come out and say it. I think they should have been disciplined more for their scandal in 2017. You kind of have those same thoughts, Ish?
Yeah, they can. I don't speak too highly of them.
All right. Houston Astros, not a favorite in the Texas area. We're talking with Weston Johnston, one of the big offensive producers. Talk about the team as a whole. This is the first ever team to start 6-0, let alone 3-0 too. Just as a team, what do you think that these guys have been doing well as a combined unit so far?
I mean, everybody's kind of just playing together right now. We're feeding off of each other's base hits and drawing walks and not trying to be that look at me guy. And that's huge right now. And as long as we just keep playing together, I think we'll have a good summer.
All right, going back, and even this can go as far back as youth baseball. Do you have a specific favorite baseball memory that stands out to you, whether that was a walk-off hit for you, your youth team won a big championship, anything come to mind?
I think my favorite moment in baseball right now is this past year with Arkansas Tech. We won conference and dogpiling at home. That was a pretty cool experience.
Very cool indeed. Well, one more question, just an absolutely random thing. If you could snap your fingers and have anything as a post-game meal after a long game, especially after 2 long games today, what would that be?
I don't know. I had Qdoba for lunch, and that was pretty good. So I think that has to be it.
Did they have both Qdoba and Chipotle from where you are back home?
No, we just have Chipotle, but getting free queso and guac, that was pretty nice.
A man of culture, right there with him. The free queso and guac, you can't beat it. He's Weston Johnson, Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy, and looking like a Wonder Boy at the plate right now. He's slugging it very well. Latest episode of the Sodbuster Spotlight. I'm Ryan Valenta.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood-bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Welcome back to historic Duncan Field as we bring you Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings and Fremont, the rivals, meet for the first time this year in a little bit different format than what we usually see. It's been Fremont which has dominated the series since the MOO came into existence. But this year, Hastings off to a 6-0 start. Fremont a surprising 3-4. They have not played at home yet. 7 games in 6 days. They suffer a pair of run rule losses. Yes, there are run rules in the Independence Baseball League this year as they go to Owyhee, a team which this Hastings squad swept. And they got swept at a 2-game series after winning 3 of 5 against Spearfish to open the year. So, Ryan Valenta, one game to the next, you never know, but you like the intangibles heading into this matchup against the Fremont MOO.
It's just so weird saying it because now that we've been doing these games together for 3 years now, I mean 2023, every time Fremont came to town, he was like, oh boy, hope we at least score a couple of runs and don't get blown out by 10 runs, which was the case. Hastings only won that one game against Fremont that 2023 year to end the season. Last year, a little bit more success. Fremont still took the season series, like you mentioned earlier, 7 games to 5, but this year, love the chances so far, especially against a worn-down team. We talked with their broadcasters before the game who said that they were pretty exhausted from making the road trip down here to Hastings today. If they're exhausted, I can only imagine how the players feel after playing 7 games up in the northern part of the country against Spearfish and Owyhee. But, yeah, a team that hasn't gotten a whole lot of rest. They're a little short on pitching right now. So look to see how they fare this evening. And like you mentioned, too, the Sodbusters almost wishing that they could keep playing, too, keep that hot streak going. But lots of the guys sounded like they enjoyed their weekends. Coach Josh Printer went out fishing and in between practices, he said, and had some good times out there. So guys got probably a little bit of chance just to know each other better and build that chemistry a little bit more, which has seemingly been so far so good. I mean, 6-0 record. You got to know the people that you're playing with pretty well in order to have success in 6 straight games. So, like the Sodbusters, chances in pretty much every factor coming into tonight, Steve.
And Josh Printer, of course, he coaches down at Arkansas Mountain Home. If you want to go get a scholarship for bass fishing, you can do that at Arkansas State Mountain Home. So he probably is a good fisherman. And Hank, the comfort dog, is here for the 7th game in a row. Again, intangibles, you love it heading into this matchup as the Hastings Sodbusters take on the Fremont MOO, but you still got to go out and do it between the lines as Hastings and Fremont square off. And Ryan mentioned the fact 5-7 against the MOO last year. That was actually pretty good because 2023 1-10, 2022 Hastings went 3-11 against Fremont. They went 6-15 back in 2021 as Fremont's kind of controlled this Hastings team over the years. But that's a great thing about it. Almost all new players for Hastings, they don't know the history. Fremont doesn't know the history either because it's been kind of fascinating. Hey, you know, first 3-0 start. The guys, oh, really? Oh, first 4-0 start. Oh, really? They don't care. They just want to come out and play again. Most of these guys weren't a part of that. They just want to come out and create their own history and a chance to continue that, if you will, today.
And the Fremont team that comes in on the roster here this season, look at up and down at it. I remember last year from 23 to 24, you had a good handful, maybe a handful and a half of returning players. So we look up and down the roster from this year to last year. I count 2, maybe I'm missing a 3rd returning guy. So this is probably a very, very new Fremont team, and especially a Fremont team that has usually had like 6 or 7 seemingly Division I guys that have been pretty much there throughout the whole season. They do have some Division I guys this year. However, they haven't played very much or haven't had the same success that those other Division I guys have had. So you really feel like both teams are on an even playing field now in the first of several games for them this year. But just weird playing Fremont in the 7th game of the year, not opening with Fremont or not having just a 1 game for Fremont right after a first opening series. So the Sodbusters, when Fremont will renew their rivalry with a little bit of new faces. I'm sure the players have been told this is the Fremont team that would like to have a little bit of fun with, but another faceless opponent for them, I would assume. Doesn't matter who it is. They want to keep this win streak going tonight.
Hastings Sodbusters 6-0, Fremont 3-4. We'll try to sneak in the starting lineups first of all for the Sodbusters, then have a special first pitch. Ryan will talk about that. As Drew Vega leads off and plays second base, it's Luke Causey in center field. Weston Johnston will do the catching and bat third. Ryan Jarvis at first base batting fourth. Jackson Crane just arriving. He's in left field today for the Hastings Sodbusters. Graham Hilton, designated hitter, bats sixth. Then it's Ethan Foley at third base. Cooper Harrell in right field, Christian Loera, the shortstop, batting ninth, and Marcus Miller, who had a tremendous opening start for the Sodbusters this year, is on the mound for Hastings. The Fremont MOO go with Carter Shellsmith catching, Brendan Floyd, the DH, Joshua Hardiman is at third base. Batting fourth, it's Michael Baker at the shortstop spot. Luke Saxton is at second base. Nikolai Weedy is in center field, batting sixth, and it's Tanner Jacobson playing right field. Braden Jones at first base, and Grant Richnovsky in left field. Zachary Vincent gets the start on the mound for Fremont. Once again for the MOO, Shellsmith, Floyd, Hardiman, Baker, Saxton, Weedy, Jacobson, Jones, Richnovsky with Vincent on the mound. The Hastings Sodbusters under the direction of Josh Prenner, assistant coach Corey Caranda. Fremont led by Connor McGonigal, third year as the coach for Fremont. Jason Clark, his first year as an assistant. Tyler Dunham, his first year. McGonigal taking over as the head coach this year, his third year with Fremont overall. And they're coming off a 33-19. They had the second best overall record, went 34-22 after the playoffs as they went 1-3 against Casper in the championship series. Hastings Sodbusters coming off their best program in franchise history as they went 32-20 a year ago. Sean Schott will be the home plate umpire. Kelton Schott, his son, will be out in the field. As Hastings going to turn their attention to Marcus Miller, as he's had some past experience against most teams in the indoor base, in the IBL, as this squad has Marcus been around a while.
Marcus Miller, I mean, we've seen him pitch for the past 3 years. Definitely his best outing ever last week against Milwaukee. Absolutely shut down the Zap with 10 strikeouts, which we talked about is a career high for him at any sort of level in a Sodbuster uniform or Hastings High uniform. And pitching out the first pitch tonight, this is Trey Redfield. Oh my gosh, that was a perfect knuckleball. That one, couldn't see it right there, but that was right down the middle. The NTV Weekend sports anchor, been a good pleasure to get to know Trey over the years, and he's been a awesome acquaintance to get to know, and a guy who really does a great job in the sports division out of NTV. He is saying goodbye to the Nebraska area. His last day at NTV will be in a week from tomorrow, which he announced on social media today. And I asked him right before the game, or he asked me if there was any possibility to do it. I said, I'll check, but I'm pretty sure you definitely could. He said, awesome, I'm going to throw a knuckleball. I'm like, okay, not many guys can throw a knuckleball, and even less can throw them well for a strike. That one was right on the money there. So I told Trey before the game, you just got one job tonight. Don't spike the pitch. He did not, right down the middle. Super awesome for him, and good luck, Trey, and your future endeavors, wherever those may take you.
Just hope he gets happy sometimes. He's a guy that just needs to smile more. No, he doesn't. That guy is as happy a human being as I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, if you've seen him on the air, he's just he's a happy guy. So hopefully he finds more joy in his next stop in life as well. Hastings Sodbusters coming out in their green uniforms with the yellow numbers and trim. Fremont, you can't miss them. They are orange with orange, purple numbers, pinstripe, and Hastings Sodbusters and the Fremont MOO set for a home-and-home two-game series. The Sodbusters hit the road for the first time tomorrow. Fremont will have its first home game. Then the Sodbusters will have another day off for two, and then get set to go on Thursday, one day off, and then to play Nebraska. Then they'll have the weekend off before going to Casper. We are going to take it down to the field and have the singing of our national anthem. Bringing Hastings Soundbuster baseball today. The Soundbusters of Fremont getting set to go. We are at historic Duncan Field. 370 down the left field line, 367 to right, 405 to the alleys, 408 to straightaway center, 87 degrees, winds. Well, it's windy. Pretty much blowing in from straight center field, maybe center to right, but about 15 to 20 miles an hour. So 408, it's going to play 420, 430 today, Ryan Valenta. It's going to take, more than any of these guys have to get it out of here, and that's nothing against any of these guys.
Not at all. And we saw a home run earlier in the series last week. If this was a sports betting opportunity, if you had an opportunity to bet on any player to hit a home run tonight, your odds would be about probably plus 10,000. You're probably getting 10,000 to 1 on your money here, because it's just not going to happen on a park that plays so big. As you've joined us before, you know what we say, where fly balls go to die, and they'll look to get a good start from a guy who knows how to pitch at this ballpark. Marcus Miller on for his second start of the season, and absolutely in a sensational outing his last time in his season opener. 7 2/3 against Oahe back on the 27th, and pretty much career marks and everything. He went the pitch count maximum, got the win. 10 strikeouts over 7 2/3, only allowing 5 hits. So he is a guy that is looking to keep his baseball career going. Has finished his 3rd season at Hastings College, and Marcus, a guy who has pitched against Fremont plenty of times in his career before, and last year made 3 appearances against them, had an 0-1 record and an over 5.5 ERA. So Fremont hit him pretty well last year. New season, new hitters for this Fremont squad. We'll see how Marcus does tonight.
Carter Shellsmith will step to the plate. Marshalltown, Iowa Community College. A couple of multi-hit games for him in the last 2 games of the Spearfish series. They played 5 games against Spearfish before the 2 games against Oahe. He steps in the right-handed box. Marcus Miller's first pitch is hit hard to left field. That's a base hit. Going to be chased down by left fielder Jackson Crane. Turning and heading to second is Fremont's Carter Shellsmith. So a good start for Fremont. Defensively for Hastings, Weston Johnston behind the plate. Ryan Jarvis plays first. At second base, it's Drew Vega. Third baseman is Ethan Foley. The shortstop, Christian Loera. In left field, Jackson Crane. Center field, Luke Causey. And the right fielder is Cooper Harrell, as we see Brendan Floyd step to the plate. Right-handed hitters, so 1 on, nobody out as Fremont try to jump on top. A Fremont team which is hitting just .220 on the year, while Hastings comes in at .299 with their batting average. And Floyd stepping in as he has a .211 average with a double, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Did have a hit in the first game of the Oahe series. They were swept in run rule fashion of those 2 contests. Lost them both 13-2 and 11-1. They play with a 10-run rule after 7 now in the IBL. 2 miss for Miller to Floyd. 2 balls, no strikes. Chance here for Fremont early. Marcus Miller brings it in and puts it right across for a strike. Kelton Schott doing the home plate umpire work today. Sean Schott will be in the field today for the umpiring crew. The son is behind the plate, and Dad is out in the field today. 2-1. Marcus Miller, left-hander, brings it in. Misses the outside part of the plate. 3 balls and a strike on Brendan Floyd. Floyd plays at Rowan College, South Jersey, Cumberland. Not to be confused with Rowan College, South Jersey, Gloucester. Yes, there's 2 junior colleges that you almost have to go all the way. They don't have that on their jersey, thankfully, as the pitch is inside. They just go with the acronym for it as he draws the walk. RCSJ Cumberland. I had to look it up.
Number 20, Joshua Hardiman.
Here's Joshua Hardiman stepping in. So tough start for Marcus Miller trying to find a way. The first 2 have reached a double and a walk. And after being so sharp in the season opener, sometimes it just doesn't go your way. Team that has struggled looking to jump on top as the pitch right across for a strike, no balls and a strike on Hardiman, who comes in .269, 7 out of 26. Does have 3 doubles, 5 runs batted in, and 3 runs scored. Also a pitching candidate, and he's got 3 multi-hit games in the early part of this season for the Fremont MOO. 2 on, nobody out, top of the first. Pitch swung on and missed. Pick play down to first, and or I should say safe, as diving back in was Brendan Floyd. If the throws on the infield side, maybe have a chance at him, but Floyd certainly safe there. A ball's 2 strikes. Miller trying to battle back here after giving up a double and a walk to begin the game. Marcus out of the stretch. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there to get things going his way. 1 out, 2 on now for Michael Baker.
Well, we say that Miller's fastball doesn't really blow anybody away. That one, not the case right there. Used a decent fastball right there to blow it by Hardiman, the guy who strikes out for the first out of the inning and his 5th punch out this year. With the double play still in order, Sodbusters just a small pitch away from getting out of this perhaps unscathed.
Michael Baker off to a pretty good start on a team that's hitting .220. He's hitting .444, 8 out of 18 with 5 doubles. So 5 of his 8 hits have been doubles. They don't have any home runs, don't have any triples, but coming into today, 13 doubles compared to just 2 for the Hastings Sodbusters. The pitch across for strike 0-1 to Michael Baker. 2 on, 1 out, no score, top of the first as Marcus Miller brings it in, and that's right there for strike 2. For back-to-back strikeouts, perhaps. Michael Baker, Chico State product out of Brentwood, California. He had multi-hit games the first 2 games of the year. 3-hit contest. Actually, the first and 4th games, both of those 3-hit contests, both of those against Spearfish. 3 for 5 with a double, 3 for 5, couple of doubles. Those 2 multi-hit games at Spearfish. Fouls this pitch back. It's still 2 strikes on Michael Baker.
Way ahead in the count here for Marcus. Got him looking at strike 1 with a curveball, then looking with a fastball in the second pitch. That one caught too much of the plate there. I think batter Baker would like to have that back. I'd like to see Miller flirt with the outside of the zone here to try and get a swing and a miss from Baker.
1 out, 2 on. Marcus Miller, a check of the runners and the pitch. Misses outside, good spot. 1-2, you'll take that. Trying to get Baker to offer at it. Fremont trying to get something to go their way. They took a 2-0 lead against Oahe in inning number 2 on Saturday, but then gave up 2 in the second, 4 in the third, 7 in the 5th. Ended up getting run ruled in that contest 13-2. And Sunday, Oahe pretty much scored in every inning to pull away. Pitch just outside. Marcus and the Sodbuster fans would have liked that one. For Oahe yesterday, 2-3, 3-2 in the second, third, fourth, and 5th innings and completed the run rule victory 11-1 with a run in the 7th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Miller needs to come after it. This one hit into center field. That's going to fall for a hit. Fremont going to try to score the run. The throw is going to be up the line, and that will allow the runner to advance to second and third as the center fielder for Hastings, Luke Causey, way offline on that throw as it's an RBI single for Baker, but the guys advance on the throwing error, and there will be runners at second and third and only 1 out, and Fremont's got a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, a lot to unpack on that play there. Looked like Miller went with something off-speed away, which looked like Baker was all over for. He'll get a RBI single off of that, but not sure. Thought that Causey was trying to throw it to third to stop the runner at second base. Either he just missed the cutoff guy or the cutoff guy was in the wrong position there, but not what you want because you should have had a double play set up in order. Now it's second and third instead.
Here's Luke Saxton stepping in. He's first pitch swinging and lines this one into right field. 1 run will score and the second run will be held up. There's runners at the corners now for Fremont as they have something cooking. Team which was struggling offensively. You talked about that. You just don't know. Fremont's got off the bus hot. Probably motivated, probably a little bit irritated, and the Soundbusters going to have to bear down because it looks like a very potent Fremont team which hadn't shown much the first 7 games of the year.
Yeah, picking on the first pitch from Miller on the outside part of the plates. Did exactly what Saxton was supposed to shoot it the other way, get himself an RBI single.
Here's Nikolai Weedy, who's 0-9-5 on the year. First pitch swinging and fouls it back. No balls and a strike. Weedy out of Minnesota State University, 2 out of 21 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. 0 for 7 in the Oahe series. Of course, Oahe went home, motivated, had a couple of off days to get ready to go for their home opener, and they came out with their hair on fire and beat a Fremont team twice. Fremont's come on the road here and taken an early 2-0 lead and looking for more with runners the corners and only 1 out. The pitch outside, 1 ball and 1 strike on Weedy. Fremont and Hastings, the old rivals, getting together again. Sodbusters went 5-7 last year. That's the best showing they've had against Fremont in recent years. 1-1 delivery on the way. Misses the outside part of the plate, and 2-1 the count. That sweeper, you like to get that call, hoping it catches part of the plate before exiting, but not getting the call there from Kelton's shot. And 2-1 the count. Check of the runners and the pitch. Runner goes, pitch low, throw down to second base. Not going to be in time, and coming home to score on a successful double steal will be Michael Baker. Fremont doing a lot of things well. Saxton takes second. Baker takes home. It is 3-0 Fremont on top, and a 3-1 count now on Nikolai Weedy.
Yeah, you can't throw through right there. Got to look at the runner at third base. Baker had a gigantic secondary lead. Got to realize he's probably going to come home in this pitch. Even if you do get the out at second, the run still scores.
Pitch fouled away. It's now 3-2 on Weedy, especially in the spot of the order here where Weedy has really struggled. Maybe have a chance to get him on a strikeout and get out of this with minimal damage. But now 3 on the board already, and Hastings hasn't come to bat yet. We'll have an interview with Marcus Miller that we'll play back before the next home game. That's when Nebraska comes to town on Thursday. 3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball to the right side. Jarvis knocks it down. He is going to toss to Miller covering. Good fundamentals there. No, they're going to say Miller missed the bag. It was pretty close. Miller did not touch the bag, and everybody's going to be safe.
Yeah, Miller definitely missed the bag there. You saw once he stepped past it, he looked backwards, basically admitting that he knew he missed it. No argument from the Sodbuster players. They know it as well, and unfortunately, Josh Printer, he's going to come out and make sure that is the case. Do think that shot, the field umpire got it right. Happened to make an early mound visit here. Complete opposite of the start that Marcus had last time.
Play that shoulda, coulda been made. Would have been the second out of the inning, and now it looks like that play will stand. Runners the corners, only 1 out, 3 home, and is about as bad a start as you could hope for this Hastings team, trying to come out against a squad you would think would be bus weary, leg weary, and now this Fremont squad looking to really bust it open early on. Runners the corners again, and only 1 out. The only outs recorded, Joshua Hardiman struck out. Now the 7th man to bat of the inning, Tanner Jacobson, will come to the plate as the umpires get together again, but that's because Josh Printer is on the mound visiting with his entire infield here. So shakiness early, 2 errors in the frame certainly haven't helped. Tanner Jacobson will come to the plate. Jacobson, 167, 2 out of 12, Cloud County Community College guy to Blair. Didn't play in the spring, also a pitching candidate. And for a team which has really struggled pitching, this is just what they're hoping for. Come out and get a big crooked number and make Hastings play catch up. That was the one good thing about the run rule games. They didn't have to pitch 9 innings. Only had to pitch 6 basically because they were run ruled. They did get run ruled in the 7th yesterday, so had to pitch into the 7th. But were able to limit pitch counts and maybe come in a little fresher than they normally would have been if you'd played full 9 innings. Tanner Jacobson fouls it away. No balls and a strike on Jacobson. Jacobson didn't play first game against Oahe, then went 0 for 2 in the second meeting. Pick play over to first, and dangerous throw. Jarvis able to field it, as leading away from third is Luke Saxton. Nikolai Weedy at first base, and still only 1 man out. The top half of inning number 1, and a great start for Fremont. Pitch hit hard to the third baseman. It's going to be fielded. The throw to second for 1, over to first. It's not going to be in time, as good job there for Ethan Foley to hit Drew Vega. They force out Weedy. 5-4 RBI for Weedy as Saxton comes home on the play. It's 4-0, but 2 outs now for Braden Jones.
That is exactly like you said, Steve. Great play for Foley to go to second, especially just to get the lead runner. Last thing you need is another runner in scoring position if you're a Sodbuster fan.
Little blooper toward the shortstop. Loera's got that, and after all of that, Fremont able to get 4 runs on the board on 3 hits. There were 2 errors and 1 man left. Head to the bottom half of inning number 1. Fremont 4, Hastings coming up. This is Soundbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Soundbusters hoping for a reset as head of the bottom half of inning number 1, 4-0. Fremont comes out and puts a crooked number on the board. 3 of those runs earned against Marcus Miller, and they'll deal with Zachary Vincent, right-hander, who will take the mound. As Zachary Vincent, 6'5", 225-pounder, out of Tucson, Arizona, goes to Midland University. He's a returnee. In the spring went 5-6 with a 4.46 ERA for Midland. So far this year, making his second appearance, a 1.4 ERA, allowing 4 runs, just 1 of those earned on 3 hits. As he struck out 1, walked 4, opponents hitting 143 against him. Soundbusters need to be patient because this is a Fremont team. First week of the year, a team ERA of 5.31. They have struck out 40, but they have walked 46, and they have hit 16. So they will give you chances. First pitch swinging. This could be in no man's land. Drew Vega is going to hustle down, and then he turned first and ran right into Sean Schott. He will stay there. Schott's going to win that one if there is going to be a collision. Drew Vega reaches first base. He's okay. And Vega just fisting that one out beyond the pitcher's mound. I thought there's no way that it was even going to be a play made. Hardiman made a pretty decent throw, but they were going to give an infield single to Drew Vega.
Yeah, that one was a little high and away, and Vega rounding first. Not sure if he would have gotten to second if he doesn't get interfered with, but yeah, Sean Schott is, he's going to win that battle against Vega, like you said, Steve.
Luke Causey takes ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Runner at first, nobody out. Bottom half of the first inning. Soundbusters trying to come right back after Fremont scored 4 in the top of the inning. Vega does not go. This pitch lined to left field for a base hit. Luke Causey continues to be hot. Runners at first and second. Causey coming into today 429, 10 out of 41. You had Vega at the top of the order, batting .364, and now here comes Weston Johnston, our Soundbuster spotlight today. First and second, and nobody out.
Luke Causey with 4 hits in that Oahe series, just pokes it the other way, recognizes the big gap in the other side, and man, as Causey looked good, even that poke right there went 92 off the bat.
Johnston swings and misses. He's at 476, 10 out of 21. He tripled off the right field wall here at Duncan Field his last time out, as he has been swinging it really well. Went 7 for 11 against Oahe after 3 for 10 against Spearfish, and the pitch is taken for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Weston Johnston for the Hastings Soundbusters. Really good interview done by Ryan Valenta. You can check that out on Spotify. Johnston very well spoken. 1-1 delivery, and that pitch is right there. One of the coolest parts of that interview, the fact, what would be your dream job? To go back and work for Dad. You know, how many of them think, want to go to a big city, stuff like that? That shows a lot, not only about Weston, but probably about his dad too. Weston Johnston, kind of a cool comment. 1 and 2, the pitch outside for ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Hastings trying to come right back. If you don't get them all back, get a couple right here. Feel like you're a part of the ball game. 4-0 Fremont on top. And the train is here. One of the hallmarks here at Duncan Field. 2-2 delivery. Outside for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good approach here for Weston Johnston, the Arkansas Tech guy. 3 for 5 against Oahe, then a 2 for 2 game, and then 2 for 4. So he had multi-hit games every time against the Zap. 3-2, nobody out. Big pitch coming up, runners go, and the pitch is missing for ball 4. So Sodbusters gonna roll the dice just a little bit, but trusting Weston Johnston to put the ball in play or to take ball 4. One way or the other, the bases are loaded, nobody out, and Ryan Jarvis comes to the plate for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Just an excellent eye by Johnston. Probably 3 of those balls were just right on the zone, and we were told that FlightScope says it was just a bit low and just a bit outside. Excellent take by Johnston, and bases loaded. Big opportunity for one of the best guys on the team.
Ryan Jarvis bounces this one back up the middle. Could be 2 to second for 1, but the ball mishandled. Are they going to say safe? Did he ever have it?
They called him out at second base. Sean Schott says it's on the transfer, but I don't know. I'd want to have another look at that. I mean, if there was a review, I think he did have it, and the middle infielder, Luke Saxton, just trying to make the return throw a little bit too quickly. Fortunate Fremont does get an out, and with that, you can give Jarvis an RBI.
So runners at the corners, 1 run at home as Vegas scores. Causey ends up at third base. Johnston is forced out. Here's another bouncing ball to the shortstop. This could be 2. A throw to first. Safe. They get the fielder's choice again. The good news is it's an RBI off the bat of Jackson Crane. Luke Causey scores. Good hustle down for Jackson Crane. He's a returning player playing in his first game for the Hastings Sodbusters. So a pair of fielder's choice grounders. You get something back, and now a runner at first, 2 outs for Graham Hilton. It's the Sodbusters going right up there and swinging against Zach Vincent. And I guess darned if you do, darned if you don't. If you like to see something you want to hit, you want to take the aggressiveness away, but you also got a Fremont team that is thin on pitching, and Vincent able to not make very many pitches to get through this one. And bunting is Graham Hilton, and it's foul, and it's no balls and a strike on Hilton for the Hastings Sodbusters. Hilton coming into today 182, 2 for 11, a run batted in, a run scored, and a stolen base. Hastings has been very potent with the stolen bases this year, particularly compared to the Fremont MOO. Pitch is taken high for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hastings 21 out of 26 stolen bases this year. Fremont 4 out of 8. Fremont's played 1 more game. Runner at first, 2 outs. Throw over to first base and back in safely is Jackson Crane. Great to see Crane back. He transferred from Arkansas Tech to Arkansas State Mountain Home, but it sounds like he's going back to Arkansas Tech after completing that year. Ooh, here is a...
Oh my gosh.
A line drive foul, and the Sodbusters, Jaden Shabry, he can play defense anywhere, including at the top of the dugout.
That was actually, that's Zane Wilson down there.
Oh, okay.
16 and 18. That looks,
they look so much alike.
He's got his glove, and he has his glove on. Who has his glove on in the dugouts? Fortunately, Zane Wilson, because that foul ball was right at him.
These are my least favorite Sodbuster uniforms because of the 6s and 8s.
And look, they're right next to each other, 16 and 18.
And from here, they both look like 8s to me, but I'm old. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Throw over to first and back in safely is Jackson Crane. That was a rocket shot off the bat of Graham Hilton. Fortunately, nobody injured. And by golly, if you're going to set at the top of that rail, you better have your glove. 2-2 pitch. Hard-hit ball, but at the second baseman. The play to first in time. And Zachary Vincent works his way through this first inning, allowing a couple of runs on 2 hits. 1 man left. We head to the second. Fremont 4, Hastings 2. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner. At inning number 2, a 4-2 game. We're hoping to get this done. We're under severe thunderstorm watch, but thinking about the fact that we could have weather later on, hoping for a crisply played game, and the two teams combined for 6 runs in the first inning. 4-2 Fremont as they send 8 to the plate. The Soundbusters would send 6. It'll be Richnovsky, Shellsmith, and Floyd against Marcus Miller, who battled his way through 25 pitches, allowing 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 errors behind the Hastings Sodbusters in that first inning of play. So a little bit of a struggle here early in this one.
Well, how many times, I don't have an official number on it, but how many times have we seen Marcus have maybe a rough inning or two first off and then just really settles in and gets his footing after that? This will be a big telltale inning for him to see if he can put it behind him and make him know that he's only pitching with a 2-run deficit now. If he can post a 0, the offense right on target to get back in this game.
Pitch right across for strike, no balls, and 1 strike on Grant Richnovsky. Richnovsky coming in, 167, 2 out of 12. A lot of guys under 200. They've got some guys got pretty good batting average as well, but decent swings against Miller the first time through, and the pitch misses for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's out of Northwestern Iowa College, the Raiders, with 344 in the spring. Really good player, 22 runs batted in, 39 runs scored. And the pitch is fouled away. He did have 3 home runs. 47 games played. He's also a pitching candidate for this team and has thrown and is already off to a 1-1 start on the mounds for Fremont. So one of their regular starters on the mound and in the field. Going to be one of the leaders, Grant Richnovsky. Down to the count, 1-2. Miller brings it home. Just misses ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Richnovsky. We have Sky Galusha, owner GM next door. Probably, enjoying the comfort dog at this point. May need a little bit after giving up 4 in the first. Hank, the therapy dog, is here. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch fouled away. He's therapy dog in training, actually, to be more accurate.
He's getting there.
Yep.
But to your point about Sodbusters being down early, in the 6 games that the Sodbusters won to open their season, the opponents scored first in 3 of them. They came back to win 3 of those games, so not unnecessary or not unfamiliar territory for the Sodbusters.
Pitch fouled back. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matter of fact, they were down 4 in one of those games. Able to battle back, and that was probably their least effective offensive game. Found a way against Spearfish, coming from behind to get it done 7-6 in the bottom of the 9th. Had a lot of help. 2-2 pitch on the way. Inside, almost got a piece of him. 3-2. First man batting here in the second as the pitch count already mounting for Marcus Miller. Does a variety of things. He's stepped away from Amigos, but doing a lot of mowing here in the summer. He is, of course, a professional disc league participant, disc golf league. Yes, we'll hear about that during our Sodbuster Spotlight coming up on Thursday. And now, physical education major. They get into teaching and coaching. Sounds like it's going to work out where he has an opportunity to student teach and play baseball in the spring. That is going to be really busy next spring for Marcus Miller. Another pitch fouled away, 3 balls and 2 strikes, and this one down low. Quite a battle. Ends up being 9 pitches before Richnovsky wins it and picks up the second walk of the game issued by Marcus Miller.
That's an excellent eye right there. A lot of hitters are coming up 3-2 count thinking fastball, something of that nature. Miller goes with the breaking ball there, and able to take it is Richnovsky. Another inauspicious start to this second inning. See if the Sodbusters can get a ground ball here and turn 2.
Here's Connor Shellsmith, and he doubled his first time up and takes a strike. No balls and 1 strike on Carter. As guy off to a 333 start coming into today. Now 5 out of 13 on the year and brings the pitch home. It's taken, squaring, and pulling the bat back. Ball 1 on Shellsmith. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Had a multi-hit game in both the 4th and 5th games of the Spearfish series. Games 4 and 5. 2 hits in both of those contests. Big swing, no contact, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now the Fremont team going to Spearfish and opening a rather unusual 5-game series. played a doubleheader as part of that, a scheduled doubleheader, and then had a 2-game series at Oahe. 1-2 pitch on the way. Hit high in the air, down the first base line, and that will be foul and out of play. It remains 1-2, so Fremont spoiling some 2-strike pitches from Marcus Miller.
Yeah, like you said, the unusual 5-game series between them with that scheduled doubleheader. They're going to get to see them at home Wednesday through Friday, and then not again for the rest of the season.
So a lot of early between Fremont and Spearfish, and that'll be it. Those two teams are really good within a couple of games of each other toward the top of that Independence League last year. The Sodbusters were right there as well, and then Casper, the runaway best team, winning both halves and then winning against Fremont in a 4-game series. Fremont does have a couple of league titles to their credit in 2020 and 2023. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Marcus Miller, a check of the runner, and the pitch. Bouncing ball foul. Another good job there for the Fremont MOO. Carter Shellsmith. A walk to Richnovsky to open the inning, and a slow-moving game if you're a Hastings Sodbuster fan. Marcus Miller, 25 pitches thrown the first inning. And pitch count mounting here in the second. He's thrown 15 pitches already in the inning and has not retired a batter. He's only on his second batter of the inning. 2-2 pitch on the way. This one is a foul ball away. Great job for the first 2 hitters in this inning to make Marcus Miller really spend a lot of energy.
Got to be frustrating as a pitcher, too. You're probably throwing your best stuff and can't find the put-away pitch here, but still got a slight advantage, 2-2 the count.
Marcus Miller brings it home. Called strike 3. Soundbusters needed that. 1 on, 1 out. Second strikeout for Miller to go along with a pair of walks. 4-2. Fremont on top as we see Brendan Floyd step to the plate. He walked and scored his first time up.
Second strikeout for Marcus. Went right out on the outside part of the plate. Borderline pitch there. Could have gone either way. Sodbusters get the advantage of that one.
Guy who was really good at his 2-year college in New Jersey steps in and swings and misses. No balls and a strike on Brendan Floyd. 357 in the spring for RCSJ Cumberland. 4 home runs, 45 runs batted in 48 games. He also scored 59 times, so spark plug for that team. 2-year college in New Jersey. Pitch taken for ball, throw down to first, and sliding back in, diving head first is Grant Richnovsky. Count 1 ball and 1 strike on Brendan Floyd. Fremont off to a good start. 4 runs in the first, runner at first, 1 man out in the second inning. Sodbusters plated 2 runs in their half as the makings of one of those kind of games. First 1 to 10 maybe. 1-1 delivery. Bouncing ball to the left side. Mishandled by the third baseman. The set, the throw to first in time. Good recovery there. As you saw Ethan Foley maybe have a chance at 2. Instead, he does get sure and get the 1 out to Brendan Floyd. Richnovsky advanced to second on the play.
It didn't look like Floyd got out of the box very well. That initial bobble by Foley, as you mentioned, but then that double clutch throw too. I thought no way he's going to be able to get the runner there. Did get enough mustard on it to get him in time at first.
Here's Joshua Hardiman, struck out his first time up. Sodbusters' chance to survive this inning with no damage done and a big swing, no contact. 1 strike the count on Hardiman. Hardiman from Midland University, a Sacramento, California guy. 269 coming into today. Multi-hit games against Spearfish in the first 3 games of the year and only 1 hit since. This one fouled down the first base line. Good effort there. Headlong for Cooper Harrell, but couldn't come up with it. Glad it didn't bounce into his face. It was a kind of an awkward fall as it one-hopped. Count quickly 2 strikes on Hardiman.
Might have avoided his face, but I thought that bounced off the side of his head on the way by. It already tumbled, and it looked like it went off something up there. Maybe it was a shoulder or something like that, but you love the effort by Cooper Harrell out there to try and get his team out of this inning. Just hope that he's okay, which it looks like he is.
No balls and 2 strikes on Joshua Hardiman. 3 multi-hit games to begin the year and only 1 hit combined in the next 6 contests. As fouls the pitch away, and he's been down to the count. 3-pitch strikeout the first time, and he's fouled off a couple here at 0-2. 4-2, Hastings trails it. We're in the top half of inning number 2 at Duncan Field. The wind blowing almost straight in. You figured, okay, runs are become a premium. 6 runs in the first. That's the way it goes sometimes. 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Nice bounce back inning for Marcus Miller, who walks the number 9 hitter, then gets the top 3 hitters in the order 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. Head of the bottom half of inning number 2. It's 4-2 Fremont. This is Soundbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
To the bottom half of inning number 2 after the shutdown inning for Marcus Miller. Soundbusters will have the bottom of the order up. Foley, Harrell, and Loera against Zachary Vincent. Vincent gave up singles to begin the game, then walked a man, but fielder's choice grounder, and then a ground out. A nice bounce back for him to only allow 2. And we'll see what Ethan Foley can get done. He's a Grand Island guy playing his college ball at Coffeyville Community College down to the southeastern part of Kansas. 308 in 5 games in the spring, and played in 1 game and went 2 for 5 against Spearfish with a couple of runs batted in and a run scored. So good first and only start for Ethan Foley, and has got a couple of chances at the third base bag. And down to the count here. 1 strike, takes a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Zachary Vincent working fairly quickly atop the hill for the Midland University product for the Fremont MOO. Pitch misses outside, 2-1 the count. Pretty consistent zone for Kelton Schatz. Guys have been close on that outside corner, but I believe they are outside. He's been calling them that way. 2-1 pitch, curveball, swung on to miss. 2-2 now on Ethan Foley. 4-2, Fremont on top, bottom half of inning number 2 on a windy, warm evening. Thunderstorms expected later on. Bouncing ball to the right side. It's off the glove of the first baseman. Foley is going to be safe. A sliding attempt there in the hole for Braden Jones. Should be a leadoff single for Ethan Foley to begin inning number 2 with Harrell and Loera trying to move him on.
Well, just when we thought this game, like you said, was going to be runless and hits struggling to come by, Sodbusters have seemed to figure it out here. Ethan Foley didn't hit it too hard, put it in the perfect play. Braden Jones, great efforts, but absolutely a base hit all the way.
Cooper Harrell will come to the plate now. Heard Josh Printer talk before the game as Harrell takes high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. More of a singles hitting lineup today with that wind blowing in. Guys who have the approach that they're not going to try to swing too hard, because if you swing too hard, you're going to have a fly ball to medium depth outfield any day today, anywhere today with the weather conditions. And the pitch misses for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Cooper Harrell. Played in the second game of the Spearfish series, went 0 for 2 with 2 runs scored. He's also pitched for this Hastings team. Harrell, another Arkansas State Mountain Home guy, 2-way player. He makes his home in Oklahoma and watches this one go by for ball 3. 3-0 the count. Like the patience for Harrell, say the Fremont staff as a whole, they've walked more than they've struck out. And it could be a little weary staff after 7 games in 6 days. 3-0 delivery. Bunted at foul, so it's 3 balls and a strike.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that they didn't have an automatic take on there at 3-0.
Maybe the take sign and the bunt sign are very similar.
Yeah.
No reason to be bunting 3-0.
As Vincent brings home the 3-1 pitch, and it is going to be a bunt. Only play to first, underhand toss. Nice job handling it for Zachary Vincent. And Cooper Harrell is out, does complete the sacrifice. It goes 1-3 on the putout. Foley advances into scoring position. Now Christian Loera trying to bring him home.
Yeah, not so sure about that play there. You're up in the count 3-0, 3-1. I'm going to try and get maybe first and second on a walk, especially after delivering 3 straight balls. Surely Vincent would throw another one. Sodbusters trying to play the small ball here. Does cost them a precious first out.
See what Loera can get done now as he takes strike one, no balls and a strike on the number 9 hitter, Christian Loera. 125 on the year, 1 for 8, 3 runs scored, does have a stolen base. Hastings Sodbusters as stands in, and the 0-1 delivery. That's taken for a strike. Quickly 2 strikes on Loera, trying to find a way to move the runner on. We hit 279 with a home run and 11 runs batted in 29 games in the spring for Arkansas State Mountain Home. Here's the pitch. Little looping liner takes a 1-hop to the shortstop. The set throw to first in time. Loera is out. 6-3 on the putout. And Michael Baker getting that job done. Drew Vega will try to salvage the inning as an RBI chance for Drew Vega.
It's a tough play by Baker, especially with those, like you said, just weird, softly hit line drives. There can be a lot of backspin on those that spin away from the fielder. But not a lot of it on there, and Baker able to make it look pretty routine. Vega will need a base hit to get the run home.
Vega had a single his first time up. Infield variety. Takes the first pitch strike here on Drew Vega. Vega 7 runs batted in early in the year and a .364 batting average. Takes this pitch off the outside corner. 1-1 on Drew Vega. Arkansas Tech guy. Tech getting to the Central Regional Tournament. GAC champs in the spring. 1-1 delivery. Bounced back over the pitcher's mound. The second baseman's got it. Throw to first, and the Sodbusters turned away. After they got the leadoff single, nothing happening. No runs on 1 hit. 1 man left. We head to the third. We'll hear from Ryan when we come back. It's 4-2 Fremont. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen, a tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Head to inning number 3 at Duncan Field. It's Fremont 4, Hastings 2, and here's Ryan Valenta.
Thank you, Steve, and appreciate you joining us on this Monday evening. Unlike a busy last week, one of only just 2 games for us here on Sodbuster Baseball this week. Look at the Sodbuster schedule here for this week. We've got the game today. They're at Fremont tomorrow, Wednesday off. Thursday hosting the Nebraska Prospects, and then Friday through Sunday off for the second consecutive week, where they then start a 7-game series with the Casper Spuds, 4 away and 3 back here at Duncan Field. 4-2 Fremont after the first 2 innings of play, and it'll be Marcus Miller back out for his 3rd inning of work against Michael Baker, just foul. Ripped it down the left field line, but a bit early. Michael Baker, one of the 3 Fremont hits so far. All 3 of Fremont's hits coming in the first inning with their 4-run first inning. An RBI single for him and a run scored so far. He will look to continue that success against Marcus Miller. Off speed, called a strike on the outside corner. Looked like a changeup, and gets the call from home plate umpire Kelton Schott. Michael Baker from Chico State University. 53 games for them this spring, had 58 Hits, which was the 4th most down the right field line, just a bit foul, maybe by a foot or 2. So that is a very close foul ball, and Michael Baker looks at it, and he'll take the slow trot back to home plate. I'll be almost in disbelief that the ball didn't stay fair. Baker guy came into today's game with the team lead with 8 hits and 18 tries, 5 of them doubles. 297 average for Chico State in his 2nd season this spring. 0-2 from Miller. Ground ball to seconds for Drew Vega. Scoops and throws, easy play for the first out of the inning. First time that the Fremont leadoff man has been retired this evening. So routine there, it's 4 straight retired for Miller now. A couple of groundouts mixed in with those. A couple of strikeouts. And it's Luke Saxton who also singled home a run in the first inning. Saxton, a Nebraska guy from Papillion. Attends college at Missouri St. Louis. 200 average for him. 3 for 15 to start off his first year as a Fremont MOO. Waited on the breaking ball, but not quite enough. He fouls it down the third base line. Marcus Miller trying to rebound from a rocky first inning, keep his team in the game after he pitched 7 2/3 absolutely dominating innings in his season debut last week. Base is empty from the winds. Gets a generous call in the outside corner. Looked to be a bit outside on the breaking ball. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. The nicest day we've had so far in terms of weather. Pitches downstairs. And the catcher, Weston Johnston, mistakenly throws it down to third base.
She's getting some practice. It's okay.
Yeah, that's a never a good thing to the home plate umpire, and nonverbals saying, I think we had strike 3 and you missed it there. Pop up on the infield right to Drew Vega. After all that drama, it's still an out for the second out of the inning. So Saxton retired. And now a chance for the Sodbusters to strike out the beer batter. Nikolai Weedy, who reached on an error in the first inning, will come to the plate here in the 3rd inning. Weedy, the center fielder. Sodbusters have done a pretty good job at the beer batter so far this season. 4 for 6 in those 6 games. Gets the call on the outside corner for strike 1. So Weedy, as we mentioned, an abysmal average for him in his first 7 games. 2 for 21 at .095. In those 21 at-bats, he has struck out 7 times. Guy that grew up in Orange City, Iowa, home of the Northwestern Red Raiders, but attends college with the Mavericks of Minnesota State at Mankato. Strike 2 called, a curveball down at the end of the zone. Weedy didn't appear to think too kindly of the call. Now the Sodbusters will try and strike out the beer batter for some discounted Miller Light. It is Miller on the line, the mound after all. He gets the call for strike 3. Miller time rings up his 4th batter, and the beer batter goes down on strikes to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Sodbusters. On a ground out, a pop out, and a strikeout. It remains 4-2 as Hastings will try and tie this thing up or even take the lead in the bottom of the 3rd.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. FiskChiropracticSportsClinic.com. Start feeling better.
CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Still a 4-2 to game as we enter the bottom of the third inning at Duncan Field. The final of 7 games in a row at home before the Sodbusters will hit the road for a singular road game tomorrow against this Fremont team. Luke Cossey will take a big cut and a miss at the first pitch of the third inning against Zach Vincent. Vincent, a guy who has seen the Hastings Sodbusters before, one of the returning Fremont players. Cossey puts a deep drive into right field. That is over the head of the right fielder, and it one-hops off the wall. Cossey has 2. Jacobson digs it out. On his way to third is Luke Cossey, dives in safely and almost goes into the dugout. The power of the Arkansas Tech kid. He sends another shot nearly out of here. Who knows, without the wind that might get over the fence, Cossey will instead settle for a lead-off triple.
I don't think there's any doubt that that is out of here, as that short hopped the wall with the winds coming in from straightaway center at about 20 miles an hour. Now just don't try to do too much. Find a way to get that run home from third with less than 2 outs.
104 miles an hour off the bat, an identical exit velo to his home run against Oahe last week. Well, like we said, a prime opportunity for the Sodbusters to get at least one, maybe both of the runs back here. And Weston Johnston gets the call in the outside corner to make it 1-1 strike. How about the series against Oahe for him? 7 for 11 with a double, a triple, and 3 RBIs. He walked against Vincent in the first. Breaking ball left over the plate, hit on the ground a second. That'll bring a run home, and Johnston retired at first. 4-3 RBI groundouts. You can give Weston Johnston his 7th RBI of the year.
Really good approach for Johnston. Just tried to drive one, got it to a middle infielder with Fremont basically conceding the run. Sodbusters will take it, and now just within 1, see if they can restart the rally with Ryan Jarvis.
So now it's 4-3. Moo's still in front. Jarvis will watch the first pitch go by for ball 1. That's what Johnston told us in our Sodbuster Spotlight. He's just trying to stay up the middle, not pull or yank anything. Did just that. Great situational hitting. Jarvis rolls over one to first base. Easy play for Braden Jones. Doesn't have to move too much. Steps on the bag for out number 2. Jarvis retired in back-to-back plate appearances.
Really unfortunate for the Sodbusters. They get the run on the board, but they have made Vincent throw only 6 pitches, so he's still under 40 heading into this, while Marcus Miller's at 48 after 2.
It'll be Jackson Crane making his Sodbuster debut today. One of the returning guys from last year. One of the great offensive producers for the Sodbusters. Hit .338 against the opponents last year. 22 hits, 3 doubles, couple of triples. He had a pair of 4-hit games against the Plainsmen and Oahe last year. Just got a piece of that one to make it 1-2 strikes. Also had a pretty nice sophomore season for ASU Mountain Home. Hit 326 games, 18 hits, a double, a homer, and 12 runs driven in. Vincent ahead in the count with the bases empty and 2 outs. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Breaking ball just gets the inside part of the plates, and the Sodbusters will settle for the 1 run. They get it on a hit, and they do not leave anybody left through 3 innings. 4-3 Fremont in the first game of a 2-game series.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Still anybody's game as we enter the fourth inning on Sodbuster Baseball. The sun has gone away, mostly cloudy here at the ballpark, but when we got here earlier today, temperatures reached as high as 90 degrees here in Hastings. By far the warmest day here in the Nebraska area this year, and it comes on the second day of June, and it comes after a miserable week of weather that started off the 2025 season last week. Who cares about the wind today? Everybody gets to play in short sleeves today and no blankets in the crowd this evening. Marcus Miller against Tanner Jacobson to lead off the fourth inning, and a called strike to start it off. 7, 8, and 9 coming up for the Moo. The bottom three hitters hitless against Miller, their first time through the order. Finishing up their second time. That one off the fists and fouled off over the Fremont dugout. Quickly 0-2 on Tanner Jacobson, another Nebraska guy from Blair. Cloud County Community College, did not play for the T-Birds in the spring. Was a 2-year starter for the Bears in high school and hit .277. Just 2 for 12 to start off his Moo career. Just outside on the pitch from Miller, and didn't miss by much, but it looked to be just off the plates. Also, if you're just joining us for the first time a couple of games, you'll notice our new outfield cam, which is in its second game of the season. Camera sitting just inside the brick walls here at Duncan Field, but a little bit of a new perspective for us here on Sodbuster Baseball. Appreciate our equipment crew, technology, and especially Mason sitting next to us for leading the charge and getting that set up. 2-2 to Jacobson. 0 for 1 today. That pitch just misses. It'll look to be a little bit low.
And if you do hit that camera, it costs $3,000, I think. So that's just so the players know.
It's a very skinny camera, so hopefully it stays out of the way this season. That pitch, last one, by the way, a borderline pitch according to our flight scope. What a stop by Ryan Jarvis at first base. The backhanded pick right down the line to probably rob Jacobson of a base hit, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the first out. Nice play by Jarvis.
I love Jarvis in the outfield, but he is just so good on the infield, and he has made some nice defensive plays, saved several errors this year from other guys, and could become a fixture over there at first as this season goes on.
That's one thing we've talked about with the Sodbuster squad, as Braden Jones will send the first pitch to short, backhanded by Christian Loera, long throw to first. Jarvis can't handle all the short hop, and that'll be a one-out base runner. Loera just couldn't get enough gas on it to make it an easy play over at first base. We'll see how they score that there. Tough play for Loera, did pretty much all he could. Ball could probably go either way, and Jones aboard for the first time tonight.
Call an infield single. Well, I think they did.
We'll have to see. My game changer still got nothing on. Here's a pop-up into center by Grant Richnovsky. Cossey waiting for it to come down, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So the Moo have been swinging early and often in these counts in their at-bats against Marcus Miller, who is now 2 times through the Fremont lineup.
They did rule an error. They changed it. They had initial thing, and now they could give the fly out. So 2 outs, 1 on.
So E6 on the previous batter, Jones. Richnovsky flies out to center field. 8 on the scorebook. And back to the top of the order in Carter Schnellsmith. 1-0 pitch from Miller. Schnellsnit, walk-on Iowa native. Baseball at Marshalltown Community College. Just inside, he was a staple for that offense this year in 46 games. 52 hits to the tune of a .323 average for Schnellsnit. So far this spring, in 4 games, 4 hits. Jones at first, the 2-0. Inside breaking ball had Schnellsnit's legs buckling there, thinking that it was going to come inside and hit him. But he's way ahead in the count here. Sodbuster pitchers have been, like we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, effectively wild. First the 3-0. Right down Broadway, but not handled well by Johnston. They still get the call for the strike. 50 strikeouts in a total of 6 games, but 31 walks and 15 hit batters. So all in all, 51 free passes to 50 strikeouts. But opponents hitting .162. Called a strike on the outside corner. Schnellsnit thought he had a walk. He will head back to the plate to face a full count pitch with 2 outs and a runner at first base. Schnellsnit doubled on the first pitch he saw in the first and then struck out looking in the second. Miller a pitch away from another 0. From the stretch, runner goes, soft line drive on a bounce to the second baseman. Vega over to first in time for the outs. The 1-out error does not come around to score, the only offense Fremont is able to provide in the top of the 4th inning. Nice job from Marcus Miller after his rough first inning to settle the seas for now. Sodbusters still trying to make up the 1-run differential when we come back in the bottom of the 4th.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Sodbusters trying to get this game back tied in the bottom of the 4th inning. Kind of as opposite stat lines or scoreboard lines for each side. Fremont 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Sodbusters 3 runs on 4 hits, but 3 errors on defense. A couple of costly ones in the first inning. Almost remind you of that Saturday game or Sunday game yesterday. Nebraska baseball in their first inning, kicking it around in the infield. That ultimately led to Oklahoma's big first inning, and Husker baseball unfortunately saw its season come to an end yesterday, but you never thought it was going to be a 17-1 final, maybe a 9-5 if Nebraska can get back into it. Not the case, unfortunately, but back here at Planet Duncan Field, it's Brendan Floyd to lead things off. He's quickly down 0-2. Excuse me, we're in the bottom 4th of the inning. Flip the scorebook over. Here's how about Graham Hilton facing the 0-2 count. And he's down on 3 pitches. The fastball catches the bottom of the zone. Hilton retired on strikes. He's 0-2 today.
Both pitchers getting it going. Marcus Miller and Zach Vincent settling in after they gave up 6 runs in that first inning. And there have been some runs scored in NCAA tournament baseball. I mean, talk about the 17-1. There have been a lot of runs scored, particularly on those Sunday elimination games.
Well, those 22-run games might be a thing of the past here in the Independence League. Yet to see it here this season, but always wondered if there would be a 10-run rule. There is that in effect now. Ethan Foley grounding to second. The throw gets away from the first baseman. And a gift for the Sodbusters. Luke Saxton at second base just air-mailed the throw too far to the right of Braden Jones. Should have been the second out. Instead, that's an E4.
Time to make it hurt. We'll see what Harrell and Loera can get done at the bottom of the orders. The Sodbusters trying to get it tied heading into the fifth.
So Ethan Foley reaches for the second time today. That one via an error after he singled in the second. Cooper Harrell takes a big swing and a miss at the first pitch. Kind of an interesting at-bat for him in the second. He was up in the count 3-0. Tried to bunt to make it strike one and then sacrificed himself on a 3-1 pitch where he thought maybe he could walk. Outside for ball one on the fastball. Didn't miss by much from Vincent. Cooper Harrell, Owasso, Oklahoma native. One of the ASU Mountain Home guys. Harrell, a pitcher for the team this year. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Didn't see any time in the field, but did make 3 appearances for ASU Mountain Home. 2 innings pitched in, 3 runs given up, but walked 8. Seen him pitch once this season. Called strike 3 in the outside corner. Looked to be pretty similar on a pitch that was just called a ball a couple pitch ago. That's another strikeout for Vincent, his third in the last 4 batters, and all of them have been backwards Ks.
Yeah, that can't make Josh Printer happy. Want to get out there and protect at least, as Vincent could easily have set down the last 6.
Christian Loera sprays that towards the parking lots. Broken windshield incoming there. Loera today 0 for 1. The ground out to short. Played in 2 games in the Oahe series and went 0 for 3, but did walk 4 times. He's shown his good eye at the plate so far. Soft line drive into center, coming on his Weedy. It falls in front of him and taking a big turn, but going back to second is Foley. Maybe if he sprints all the way, you might have a close play at third base, but probably the right play for Foley to remain at second. It's a 2-out single for Christian Loera.
Plus, you look at where you've got coming up with Vega and Causey. Maybe a chance to get something going here with the top of the order coming up, and 2-1.
Drew Vega, a quiet series for him against Oahe. Just went 1 for 9 with a pair of walks. Takes strike 1, a painted breaking ball in the outside corner. Vega came into that Oahe doubleheader back on Thursday with riding a 4-game hit streak. He did see that one snapped as he had an 0 for in the doubleheader, went 0 for 6. So Vega with his single in the first inning. The start of a new streak, we hope. Trying to drive his teammates in here with 2 outs. Outside to make it 2 balls and 1 strike. 4-3 game. This was a 4-2 game after the first inning. Sodbusters got 1 run back. The last inning in the third, trying to make it 2 straight innings with a run scored. Vincent outside with the breaking ball. Zach Vincent, a guy that saw the Sodbusters twice last year in starts, where he went at least 6 innings in both of them, but won one of those starts and lost the other one. Gave up a total of 16 hits in those games. Lazy ground ball to second base. Easy play for Saxton this time. He makes an accurate throw over to first. Sodbusters strand a pair of runners on an error and a single and are turned away for the second inning this evening. Still 4-3. We go to the 5th. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
We go to the top of the 5th inning. Still a 4-3 ball game. Sodbusters have out-hit Fremont 5-3, but still find themselves 1 run behind. Marcus Miller will try to put up another 0, and Steve Stein with you for inning number 5.
Credit to both pitchers as they've been able to bounce back from tough starts. Miller giving up 4 runs, 3 of those earned in the first. Zachary Vincent giving up a couple of runs in the first, just 1 run since as Luke Causey had that triple and came in to score on a ground out. Other than that, the pitchers have controlled things. It'll be Brendan Floyd trying to get things started for Fremont in the top half of inning number 5 as Floyd walked and scored his first time up. He's also grounded out. Guy from the eastern part of the United States, York, Pennsylvania, went to Northeastern York High School. Floyd stands the right-handed box and watches this one go by for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Brendan Floyd, playing his college ball at Rowan College, South Jersey, Cumberland. The Dukes went 31-18 in the spring. 1-0 pitch, a little bit low. 2-0 the count on Floyd. Miller up to 75 pitches. Vincent has only thrown 60 coming into this inning, so he's in better shape pitch count. Of course, saw Miller max out on his pitches in the season opener. Tremendous outing for him as he completed 7 for the Hastings Sodbusters. 7 2/3, as a matter of fact. 2 runs, 5 hits, striking out a career high 10 and walking 2. His ERA 1.86 after the opening night of IBL Bowl. And issues a 4-pitch walk here to the number 2 hitter in the lineup. Hardiman and Baker trying to keep it going here for Fremont as the Sodbusters trailing at 4-3.
You got Hardiman coming out, who struck out both times, but it's never fun to walk the leadoff hitter. How many times have we said, and that run scores thanks to a leadoff walk? Unfortunately for Miller, though, all 4 of those misses weren't by much.
So runner at first, nobody out, and the pitch fouled back. Hardiman trying to reignite his offensive touch. Guy got off to a great start, but has struggled as the season's gone on. They're 7 games deep at 3-4. Hastings 6-0. Casper 4-3. Awahi 3-5. Spearfish 3-6 among the teams that'll battle for the top 2 spots and the playoffs in the Independence League. Other teams in action: the Nebraska Prospects 2-3. The Bison and Plainsmen. The other travel teams haven't seen any games as yet. 1-1 the count. 1 on, nobody out, a 4-3 game with a Moo on top of the Busters. 2-time league champs since their inception. Hastings trying to join them in that club as the pitch is fouled away. Fremont winning an Expedition League title in 2020, won the Independence League championship in 2023. With a 34-23 record, they finished 11 games over 500, and they were 8 games over 500 against the Hastings Sodbusters. One of the reasons they made the playoffs is the way they played against Hastings. 1-2 pitch on the way, and popped up right field, a long run and out of play. No chance there for Cooper Harrell, and it remains 1-2 on Joshua Hardiman. Sodbusters and the Moo. Connor McGonigal, Jason Clark, Tyler Dunham, the coaches for the Fremont MOO. Team that was really good last year, 33-19, but there were a lot of teams with solid records a year ago, most notably the Casper Spuds. Oh my goodness, 44-10 after the playoffs for the Spuds. Pitch misses, ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 on, nobody out, a lot more pitches thrown for Miller already, just facing 2 batters. He's at double digits in pitches already. Pitch fouled away. Oh man, Hardiman just got a piece of that, and Weston Johnston could not hang on to it, so it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thought that was going to be a strike 3, but Johnston just had it pop away at the last second. So new life for Joshua Hardiman. Runner at first, nobody out. And another 2-2 pitch. Hit hard but foul, just wide of the third base bag. It remains 2-2.
Saw the replay on that pitch before on that foul tip. That was not to be. Went in the tippy tip of the glove. Need a little bit more stick 'em in there, Weston, and you got yourself a strikeout there.
2-2 with nobody out. Top half of inning number 5. A 2-game home-and-home series between the Sodbusters and the Moo. And Hastings will have Wednesday off and face Nebraska for one game only. Then the Sodbusters will have the weekend off before hitting the road for Wyoming. Pitch fouled away. Remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. 4 games at Casper, 3 games at home with the Spuds. That'll go a long way toward deciding whether the Sodbusters are going to be in the race for a First Division title. First half will be concluding on June 23rd. 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball.
Nebraska Land Distributing.
This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat to Joshua Hardiman, who's already struck out twice, has done a great job of battling here, because you know it's got to be getting to him a little bit. Just 1 hit since early in the year when he got off to such a good start. 3 multi-hit games to begin the season, just 1 hit combined since. Hard hit ball, foul.
That's 8 foul balls this at-bats. The Hastings ball boy in the dugouts getting a workout in. Multiple deliveries to the home plate umpire for fresh new baseballs, but 8 foul balls. Joshua, hit it straight.
Or don't hit it at all. Be all right. Sodbusters, they'd take that. Miller trying to win the battle. Another 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball in play. The third baseman's got it. The set, the throw to first. Low throw. And safe at first base. As this one low from Ethan Foley, and there will be 2 on and nobody out. As call it safe. It's just Hardiman beating it out down the first base line, because it appeared that Jarvis picked it cleanly.
Close play at first. I think that could have gone either way, but it's got to feel good for Hardiman, who struck out twice before, winning the 11-pitch at-bats with an infield single.
Michael Baker comes to the plate now, 1 for 2, an RBI, and a run scored back in the first, and second, and no one out. Big chance here for Fremont to extend a 4-3 game. It's the Sodbusters trying to find a way. Look at the missed opportunities. Had a runner at second, 1 out last inning. First and second, 2 outs, could not score. Sodbusters so far with 4 men stranded. 0-1 and the pitch. Bouncing ball, foul. Here we go again. 2 strikes the count on Michael Baker. 1 for 2 on the day. Marcus Miller desperately trying to find a way to get one by one of these Fremont hitters. Tremendous job for Hardiman just to keep the at-bat alive. He eventually reaches for the Fremont MOO.
And the game changer says that was an error. That looked like a single to me.
Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 on one that got called on the far outside corner for the first out of the inning. Michael Baker is out, and Luke Saxton will come to the plate. Big call going the Sodbusters' way. Saxton 1 for 2 as he singled, knocked in a run, scored back in the first, popped up in the third. We're now in the 5th inning of a 4-3 game. The MOO on top of the Sodbusters and looking for more, and Marcus Miller's had to put a lot of pressure pitches in the first inning and now in this inning, and brings this one across for a strike, no balls and 1 strike. Worked his way through a 1-2-3 third inning. Worked around a 1-out error in the 4th. Worked around a leadoff walk in the 2nd. Continues to put zeros on the board, but that in jeopardy here in the 5th. Pitch low, gets away, but not very far. Throw to third, safe. Good hustle over there for Brendan Floyd. When it came off the glove of Weston Johnston, I thought he had a chance, but Floyd hustling down. It's going to be a wild pitch, and now there's 2 in scoring position with only 1 out as Hardiman follows him to second. Now any old ground ball to a middle infielder, and Luke Saxton can bring home the 5th run of the game for the Fremont MOO. Here's the pitch. Hard hit ball, knocked down by Kostler. The set, the throw to first, dug by Jarvis. How about that bounce back from Ethan Foley as Foley guns down Saxton for the 2nd out of the inning. Good job for Ethan Foley to make the play there and keep runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. Wow.
Big redemption play on that first batter of the couple of batters ago that ended up getting ruled in error. Didn't think there was any shot that Foley was going to be able to get it over there. Reached back for something else, and that is a huge second out.
Can they finish it now as Wiebe steps in? No, it gets by the catcher on a run, going to score on the wild pitch. Dadgummit. So Nikolai Wiebe watches the first pitch go by for a ball. Brendan Floyd scores on the wild pitch. So a pair of wild pitches scoring Floyd. Hardiman, who officially reached on an error, is now at third base. 5-3 as the Sodbusters basically gift Fremont a run here in the top half of inning number 5. And you hate to do that against a team which had been scuffling the last few days. Fremont been streaky. They lost their first 2, but then won 3 straight. Here's a fister. This is going to be charged. Set for the third baseman. Throw to first. Low throw. Not in time. And another run scores. But a tough inning for Ethan Foley as Nikolai Wiebe comes in to score. Foley had to really charge it. And threw low. Jarvis knocked it down, but could not field it cleanly.
That one, nothing you can do if you're Foley there. Charge as hard as you can. Wiebe too speedy at first base.
That was one of the coolest things I've ever heard you say.
You like that one?
Yeah, I did not have that in my mind at all. That's really good. That's Ryan Valente, everyone. That's Wiebe too speedy. And Tanner Jacobson at the plate now for Fremont. 2 runs come across here on a tough defensive inning. A fielder's choice and a ground out, although that's just in no man's land there for Foley. Pitch inside. It's Tanner Jacobson trying to advance the runner. Runner at first. 2 have scored here for Fremont. It's the Moo not putting a lot of hard contact, just putting the ball in play. Had the leadoff walk to begin the inning, and that followed by what was called an error. Both of those guys come in to score. Here's a swing and a miss. The ball gets away from the catcher, Weston Johnston, and another runner advances. Now Wiebe in scoring position. 6-3, and Fremont looking for a tack-on run here. It's going to be tough for the Sodbusters. They battle against Zachary Vincent, trying to come back at the bottom of the 5th and the rest of this contest. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. Could be close to the end of the day for Marcus Miller. There's right-handed action behind him. Chase Phillips is getting hot for the Sodbusters. Marcus Miller, such a good first outing, but it has been a battle today. Had a tough first inning, really good second, third, and fourth, and it's got away a little bit in this 5th inning as he walks his second of the frame. 2 outs, 2 on, and here comes the head coach, Josh Brennan.
Hoping maybe you can get another out or 2 out of Miller, but this, like you said, very well might be the end of the day here. Brenner looking down into the bullpen. Tale of 2 fortunes. Have your great outing, and just Fremont beat those balls into the ground in this inning. Very tough plays that could have turned into outs, just tough breaks for the Sodbusters, as Marcus's day will come to an end here.
All right, pitching change will be made. It's 6-3 Fremont as we bring you Sodbuster Baseball.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Hastings Sodbusters trying to put out the fire here. 6-3 the score. Some tough infield chances for this Sodbuster team at the top half of the 5th, and they'll turn to Chase Phillips. Phillips, an Aurora guy, goes to Metro Community College, Kansas City, the Wolves. And on the mound, 3 1/3 innings pitched against Spearfish in the second outing. He had an appearance against Oahe, as a matter of fact, 2 of them. Comes in today with a 4.5 ERA, making his 4th appearance in 4 2/3, allowing 3 runs on 5 hits. He struck out 6. He has walked 3, and he is going to be trying to get the 3rd out here in the 5th inning against Braden Jones, who reached on an error his last time up.
And we've found the scoring discrepancy. That hit by Hardeman earlier in the inning has now been changed to a single.
Okay.
But the error still goes on Nicholas Weedy, or the batter Nicholas Weedy from the third baseman.
And the pitch across for a strike to Braden Jones. Jones reached on an error his last time up, and he also lined out to the shortstop back in the 1st. So now 4 errors on the board against the Hastings Sodbusters. Tough day, and they trail now 6-3. A pitch fouled back, 2 quick strikes, and Fremont going to have to change its approach a little bit. Guy who's got a little more velocity. Chase Phillips brings it from the right side. Hopefully that change in looks will help the Hastings team put on a few zeros as they try to battle back here and avoid their first loss of the season. 2 strikes the count on Braden Jones. Phillips, a look back to second, and the pitch. Foul back. Tell you, Fremont's done a great job of battling through 2 strike counts to make Sodbuster pitchers throw some more. As tough day for Marcus Miller. He ends up throwing 103 pitches and does not make it through 5 today, allowing 6 runs, 5 of them earned so far, and he's responsible for the runners out there. 0-2 delivery, swing, and a foul ball. Just got a piece of it. Remains 2 strikes on Braden Jones.
Like you mentioned, Miller's high pitch count today, but on those 103 pitches, 66 of them strikes. Did find the zone pretty well. Had the exceptions with those 4 walks. Otherwise, just Fremont had his number and hit him hard.
No balls, 2 strikes. A look back to second. They've got a man in a pickle. Throw it to Vega. He's going to run him toward third. The throw, the tag applied by Ethan Foley. And a base running error there for Nikolai Weedy. And it ends up going 1-4-5 on the putout to get the 3rd out of the inning. As the Sodbusters trail it 6-3 as we're at the bottom of the 5th. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Well, ahead of the bottom of the 5th inning, scoring update, and the right scoring, I think, after all of that. What was ruled 2 errors in the inning now has no errors. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left as Nikolai Weedy and Joshua Hardeman both given infield singles, which I think is right. It's just frustrating because we call it right, and then we don't have it right, and then we make it right. So 6 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Fremont, 3 runs, 5 hits, and 3 errors for Hastings. Still 3 errors without those 2 potential ones in the 5th. As now ahead of the bottom of the inning, some work to do for the Sodbusters, trailing it 6-3, as they'll have their 2, 3, and 4 with Causey, Johnston, and Jarvis. Zachary Vincent still out there in pretty good shape pitch count-wise, just 60 thrown, and makes this first pitch outside for ball 1 to Luke Causey. Trying for a 3-hit game, a single, a triple, 2 runs scored for the Hastings Sodbuster center fielder. 1-0 delivery, and that's taken for a strike. 1-1 the count. Zachary Vincent battling through a tough first inning, gave up that triple in the 3rd, 1-out base runner with an error in the 4th, and gave up a 2-out single. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Fremont's got that. Throw to first is going to be in time as Michael Baker takes care of Causey. 1 up, 1 down in the 5th for Weston Johnston.
Even when he gets out, Luke Hazy hits the ball hard. That one, solid contact. You could hear that one crack off the barrel. Unfortunately, Fremont just had a guy there. First time he's been retired today.
And Weston Johnston, RBI ground out his last time up, 0 for 1, and takes the first pitch across for strike. The ball's in a strike on Weston Johnston. Guy was in our Sodbuster spotlight today. Arkansas Tech guy off to a 476 start after a 7 for 11 Oahe series. Bounces this one to the right side, and Luke Saxton no problem. 2 up, 2 down for Hastings on just 4 pitches, and Ryan Jarvis will come to the plate. You hope to work the count against a Fremont pitching staff which had been laboring after being pounded for 24 runs the last 2 days, but today Zachary Vincent settling the team, and his team has a 3-run lead in the home half of the 5th. Pitch misses for a ball. 1-0 on Ryan Jarvis, who has an RBI fielder's choice. He's 0 for 2. 1-0 delivery. There for a strike. 1-1 on Ryan Jarvis. Saginaw Valley State Cardinal, returnee for the Hastings Sodbusters. 1-1 delivery. Sprays this one foul. It's 1-2 on Jarvis. Sodbusters trailing it by 3. Still some at-bats as they try to continue their perfect start against their old nemesis, the Fremont MOO. Makes it particularly frustrating. Sodbusters began their history in 2018. Fremont began in 2019. It just seems like since season 1, Fremont has had Hastings' number. Pitch fouled away. Of course, there for a few years, the geography made it these two teams playing what seemed to be every other day. They have been able to adjust the schedule, even things out, so you're not seeing these guys quite so much, which is a good thing. 1-2 delivery on the way. Pitch outside, 2-2 on Ryan Jarvis. But if you're a Sodbuster, one team you probably want to beat more than anyone if you're from Hastings is this team, although most of these guys have no idea about the series, which is fine. Pitch outside for ball 3, 3 balls and 2 strikes. But you know, Scott Galusha and the ownership crew probably would like their crack at Fremont more than any other team in the Independence League. 3-2 and 2 outs. The pitch. Ball 4, good at bat for Ryan Jarvis. Works a 2-out walk. And after only 4 pitches thrown by Zachary Vincent in the inning, Jarvis making Vincent throw 6 pitches to him.
Just a selfless hitter. Yeah, you want to get a guy on base with the hits, or you want to try and maybe get a double to spark your offense. Just keeping the line moving and knowing that you've got some potent guys behind you in the lineup.
That's really close to hitting Jackson Crane. I thought maybe it grazed his shirt. He takes ball 1 off the inside part of the plate. 1-0 the count on Jackson Crane. Sodbusters trailing at 6-3, bottom of the 5th. Pitch outside for ball 2. All of a sudden, Zachary Vincent struggling with the zone a little bit. I'm sure Fremont would love to use him as long as he can go after they had played the 7 games in 6 days, all on the road. Won't have their home opener until tomorrow as the pitch fouled away, and that gets a pretty good piece of Carter Shellsmith. He'll walk away, and we'll see the home plate umpire, Kelton Schatz, go out and deliver the ball personally to Zachary Vincent to allow the catcher to get a few minutes. 2-1 the count on Jackson Crane. It's like the old tongue twister. You've got Carter Shellsmith, then home plate umpire Kelton Schott. All kinds of chances to break FCC violations if you mispronounce stuff. 2-1 pitch. Hit high in the air to right field, carrying pretty well, and this is going to fall. A run will score all the way from first. Here comes Ryan Jarvis around. Jackson Crane thinking 3. The throw not in time. And the Sodbusters, after 2 up, 2 down, the walk and the triple, and Hastings is back to within 2 as they get one of those runs back from the top half of the inning.
Somehow that ball punching through this almost 20-mile-per-hour wind blowing right into it in right field. It has kept carrying and carrying. Tanner Jacobson in right could not track it down. Huge opposite field power from Jackson Crane.
First pitch swinging is Graham Hilton. There have been some balls tattooed. I mean, Causey's triple, one hop the wall, a triple for Jackson Crane, 5 triples on the season for the Hastings Sodbusters, and we're just in game number 7. That's an amazing stat here early on as well. Sodbusters love to get another one home. Pitch taken outside for a ball. As Graham Hilton, 1-1. He's 0 for 2 today, a ground out and a strikeout against Zachary Vincent. Bottom half of the 5th inning. Pitch hit hard but foul, 1-2 on Graham Hilton. Hilton out of northern Oklahoma, Enid. Pretty solid spring with 289, home run, 29 runs batted in 43 games for the Jets, who went 43-18. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Nice job for Vincent. Came right in on the hands, and Hilton could not make contact. But the Sodbusters get a run on 1 hit. They leave a man. We head to the 6th. It's Fremont 6, Hastings 4. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Sodbusters with some work to do. They trail at 6-4 as we head to the 6th. Once again, it's Ryan Valenta.
Thank you, Steve. 6-4. As we just mentioned the score, the Sodbusters still out hitting the Moo by a mark of 6-5. Fremont Sodbusters getting 1 hit in the bottom half of the 5th inning to drive home a run. Jackson Crane in his 2025 debut. His first triple of the year, hopefully many more, but Sodbusters already hitting early and often in the triples departments. Now 5 triples in this home opening series here at Duncan Field. Well, Braden Jones will step back in. He was at bat in the last half inning before the runner Nikolai Weedy was picked off of second base. So Chase Phillips on for his first inning of work. He retired a batter, but not the one at the plate, just picked off the runner from going from second to third. Braden Jones, the 8-hole hitter, has hit it to the shortstop twice. Waves and misses. He was way ahead of that breaking ball. He was looking for the fastball from Chase Phillips. Jones lined out to short and then reached on an error by the shortstop Christian Loera. Phillips way ahead 0-2, down low in the turf for ball 1. Defense remains the same for the Sodbusters from left to right. Jackson Crane, Luke Cossey, Cooper Harrell. From third to first, Ethan Foley, Christian Loera, Drew Vega, and Ryan Jarvis. 1-2, blew him away with a high fastball for strike 3. Phillips turns up the heat on that one for his first outs via the strikeouts. Braden Jones now 0 for 3 on the day, and that will bring up Grant Richnovsky, the 9th-hole hitter and today's left fielder. Richnovsky, a two-way guy for the Northwestern Red Raiders. Guy who played 47 games in the field, hit 54 hits for a .344 average, and also ate up 28 innings in relief in 9 appearances for Northwestern in their spring college season. First pitch called strike on the nice breaking ball in there to Richnovsky. On the game today, a walk and a fly out. That's the call in the outside corner for strike number 2. So Phillips looking sharp so far with the fastball. sitting in about the mid-80s on the velocity. 0-2. Good take on the breaking ball to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch on the way. Way outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Northwestern Red Raiders actually played 4 games right here at Duncan Field this spring. Very good NAIA team, and the Red Raiders took 3 out of 4 games against the Hastings College Broncos. 2 balls and 2 strike pitch is fouled back, so very likely that Wisnowski may have played a game or 2 here. And looking at, he did play in the opening game of the series. Looking through box scores now at 1 for 4 in the opener, and he strikes out here on the high fastball. Back-to-back Ks for Chase Phillips. Blew him away with the heat again, and it's back to the top of the Fremont order for the 4th time today. Wisnowski back to the dugout. He's now over 2. And he'll bring up Carter Shellsmith. Nailed it. Shellsmith, the guy who doubled on the first pitch of the game back in the first inning, takes a strike on the outside corner and at the knees, and Phillips pumping gas here to start off this 6th inning.
Thanks.
From the windup and the bases empty, outside for ball 1. Sodbusters just trailed by 1 run entering the last inning, but Fremont getting a couple of runs on a couple of hits. And then enter Chase Phillips. Ooh, that one got away. And goes back to the screen to make it 2-1. Carter Shellsmith with the double. Since then, he has struck out and grounded out in today's contest. Outside corner called strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Phillips looking to complete the inning. Outside on the fastball, and he is really rearing that thing back. He's topped out at 86 miles an hour this inning, sitting about 83 to 85. The payoff pitch. Breaking ball, it's inside for ball 4. So no 3 up 3 down inning. And Shellsmith will walk to bring up Brendan Floyd. Floyd today has reached base twice on a walk and has scored a couple of runs. Floyd is also grounded out to third base. Waves and misses ahead of the breaking ball, 0-1. We've already said it 3 times. They're going to say it again because it's so fun to say. The guy plays ball at Rowan College of South Jersey. Or we play ball at RCSJ. 6 games for Fremont so far this year. 4 hits in those 6 games. Has a double. He's walked 5 times and struck out 6 times. Floyd with a couple of walks today, but 2 outs here and an 0-2. Chopper, foul. Here in the top of the 6th inning of this 9-inning contest. Still plenty of baseball left to play. Phillips looking still for the shutdown inning and is 1 pitch away. Way outside, and it's 1-2.
But it's not just Rowan College, South Jersey. It's Rowan College, South Jersey, Cumberland.
Oh, I forgot about Cumberland.
Because there is a Rowan College, South Jersey, Gloucester.
Somebody point out Rowan College on the map and I'll give you $100. Strike 3 right down the middle. Good breaking ball by Phillips. And he strikes out the side, a walk sandwiched in between it. Still good enough to strike out the side. 3 Ks, nothing doing for Fremont. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Sodbusters down 2, but looking to tie it up.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Bottom of the sixth inning on Sod Buster Baseball. Steve Stein, myself, Ryan Valenta, bringing you our first of two games this week. As we enter the bottom of the sixth, coming up for the Hastings Sodbusters. It's 7, 8, and 9 due up, but to start it off, we will see a pinch hitter in the place of Ethan Foley. This is Jet Hannaford. Hannaford will make his fifth appearance as a Sodbuster. We'll take strike one right across the plate. Hannaford, one of the Mountain Home Arkansas State guys. 385 average with 5 hits for him, and he's quickly down 0-2.
Is that Jaden Shabry? Is that 18?
Did I say Hannaford? I did say Hannaford.
Yep.
Scratch it. Jaden Shabry's up.
These dadgum numbers.
Forget about Jet Hannaford. Well, that one's no excuse. 7 and 8s look nothing alike, Steve. So
that's all right. I'm trying to help,
I will take that
man.
one on the head.
That's okay.
Jaden Shabry, a high school graduate just a couple of weeks ago from Boulder Creek, California, still deciding where he's going to go to college in the fall. Shabry, a 294 average for Hastings in 4 games so far. He's gotten 5 hits. So from 0-2 to 2-2, waits on the breaking ball and gets a piece of it to stay alive at 2-2. So Ethan Foley being pinch hit for. He did have a hit and reached on an error. Now it's up to Shabry to get a rally started in the 6th. He puts a charge into center field. Going back is Weedy. He's still going back, but he makes the catch. Duncan Field and the wind holding that baseball in. I think that Nikolai Weedy thought that one was coming right at him. Still nonetheless a good swing by the batter, Shabry.
The Soundbusters have had good swings. The 2 triples, that was a hard hit ball, but again, you need line drives or ground balls through the infield on a day like today.
Cooper Harrell watches ball 1 go by. 1 ball, no strikes. Harrell 0 for 1 today. Sacrifice bunt in the 2nd and a strikeout in the 4th. Zach Vincent still going strong here for Fremont. He's given up 4 runs on 6 hits, but still with the 2-run lead. Cooper Harrell, other at-bat, a strikeout. Still looking for his first Sodbuster hit. Could this be the one? It's slicing away. It will not. A lunging stab by Weedy to haul it in, robbing Cooper Harrell of a surefire base hit. That looked like the flash going on in the outfield there. Great catch by the Moose center fielder.
Heck of a job, and another hard hit ball, but 2 fly ball outs and 2 quick outs. Sodbusters got a run with 2 outs, nobody on last inning. We'll see if they can do it this as Christian Loera comes to the plate.
Loera, the shortstop today, got the start in both games of the doubleheader against Oahe. Appeared in 2 games against Oahe. Went 0 for 3 with 4 walks. Today, 1 for 2 with a single. Showing bunt, pulling it back for ball 2. Zach Vincent on the mound. That was just pitch number 91 there. So Vincent may be nearing the end of the day. The guys over in the other booth told me that they need a good outing from Vincent because they don't really have many guys behind him. Fortunately, they have been able to rely on him for 5 strong innings, trying to make it 6 here. And man, Shellsmith, I think, just took another shot on that foul ball there.
Yep, Loera got a piece of him on the foul, and we see another Kelton shot. Walk the ball out to the pitcher to try to give the catcher another chance. Carter Shellsmith going to need some ice after this one, after taking at least 2 foul balls off the parts of his body.
Vincent did not factor into a decision in his opening day start. And a strike called. A bender catches the bottom zone by Loera at 5 innings pitched. Gave up 4 runs, but no decision. Called a strike at the bottom of the zone. The Sodbusters go up 3 up, 3 down for the first time today. And Vincent finds the zone for the strikeouts, his 5th of the evening. And nothing doing for either side in the 6th. Remains 6-4 as we head to the 7th at Duncan Field.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Top of the 7th on Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings looking to keep their perfect record intact at 6-0. Fremont trying to play spoiler to the Sodbusters again and be a nagging thorn in the side of this home team here. Well, it remains 6-4 after nothing doing for either side in the 6th. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 coming up for Fremont against Chase Phillips. Back out for his 2nd inning. The Aurora native mowed down the Fremont offense in the 2nd inning with his 1st inning of work in the 6th inning with 3 strikeouts and a walk. Well, here's Joshua Hardiman. He's had an interesting day. Called the strike on the upper inside corner for an 0-1 count. Hardiman struck out his first 2 times against Miller in the 1st and 2nd and reached on a dribbler of a ground ball, which was ruled a single in the 5th inning. Fouls that off down the first base line, and Chase Phillips finding the zone early and often against these first few Fremont hitters he has faced. Hardiman with the 0-2, way up high on the fastball. Joshua Hardiman, a guy who plays baseball at Midland College. He's actually played on this field twice this spring. He sends it back up the middle, ranging over is Loera. To his left, throws over and in time for the outs. Well, Hardiman had a hit in his last at-bat. It was his first hit at Duncan Field this year. He was 0 for 6 with the Midland College Warriors against Hastings College here in a 3-game series.
Really good angle for Loera as he was able to kind of circle around that, make the stop, and make a good strong throw to begin this top of the 7th.
Phillips effective so far and now takes aim at Michael Baker. In the air and out of play to the right side. Sodbusters found success at home against Fremont last year. They actually took the home series against Fremont. They were 5-4 in 9 games here in Hastings, but they were 0-3 in a lone 3-game series in Fremont. 0-1 to Baker. Down low and a good take to make it 1-1. Michael Baker, the shortstop for Fremont, 1 for 3. Singled home a run in the first. Since then, he has grounded out and struck out. Foul tip and turn for that to get the Hastings catcher, but fortunately looked like that found the pad of Weston Johnston, who is no worse for wear behind the plate. Baker successful spring at Chico State with 58 hits in 53 games. Already 8 hits and make it 9 in his first 6 games. Popped up in the air, that will sneak out of play. Just out of play to the right field side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chase Phillips coming on and pumping the heat. There is right-handed action in the Hastings bullpen. Warming up for however long Phillips has left. Already appeared in 3 games. Has a season high of 54 pitches in relief. Ball one outside. Phillips appeared in the opening game against the second game against Spearfish on May the 24th. Could not quite get had a blown save opportunity. That's one's up the middle again, but Loera is there again. The gun over to first in time. Christian Loera showing off some serious arm action at shortstop to make two pretty nice plays in the seventh.
We asked Scott Galusha about the chance to see Brock Cross pitching. He didn't know, said emergency. Don't know if it's an emergency, but he is warming up. It kind of be cool to see him come in.
I'll tell you all about that high school phenom if he does come in. This time off to the right side, a chance for Vega. The sidearm toss over. Good job by Ryan Jarvis to find the bag, and 3 groundouts. Ends the 7th inning and 2 hitless innings for Chase Phillips. It's time to stretch at Duncan Field with Fremont still leading the Hastings Sodbusters 6-4. Wherever you are, join us and stretch. We'll be back in a moment.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Well, the Fremont MOO in front here, still 6-4 in the bottom of the 7th. A team that has been in action every day so far since their season opener last Tuesday. And they do not get a day off until this coming Monday. So a week from today, they will play games for over 2 straight weeks, or almost 2 weeks straight. 12 days in a row with a game here to start off the Independence League season. Well, Zach Vincent still out there for the Fremont MOO. He's already tossed 6 pretty courageous innings. Sodbusters have been able to get him for a few runs here and there, but still with the lead. Drew Vega with the high chopper. It was off his foot, a foul ball in the plate. That ball did take a weird hop off the plate. I thought it might be, but he hit that pretty hard off of his foot. Vega still ran to first base nonetheless. Head coach Connor McGonigal wants a word with the home plate umpire Kelton Schatz, who took his bit of time to make the call. Looking at our replay here on the booth, can't really tell conclusively. He must have just got the tip of the foot of Vega, but I thought it took a weird hop. How about you, Steve?
I think it's the right call, and the Sodbuster certainly will take it. Really nice pick, though, for Hardiman at third, and made a good throw.
Would have gotten Vega very likely. So instead it goes to a 1-1 count, and now 2-1 as the pitch from Zach Vincent just misses. Breaking ball swung on and missed. In front of it a bit is Drew Vega. Back to the top of the lineup for the 4th time for Hastings. A single and a couple of ground outs to seconds. And now a ground ball smothered and stopped by Hardiman. Gets to his feet, throws over to first in time for the out. The great play by the MOO third baseman at the hot corner.
Well, Hardiman's last good play didn't count. He kind of earned that one as Joshua Hardiman doing a great job to pick that one. I thought that was headed for left field and the leadoff base runner. And now Sodbusters see if they can get it done with 1 out and nobody on.
Even with the great speed by Vega, it was a breaking ball. Hit it pretty hard. Hardiman able to toss it over there like he was sleeping. Now a dangerous hitter in Luke Cossey, who's hit the ball hard 3 times today. A single in the first, the wall ball triple in the 3rd, and the hard hit ground ball out in the 5th. Call the strike at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to Luke Cossey. He's now extended his hit streak to 5 consecutive games. Sends it out to the opposite field to left to Richnovsky over to his right. He's able to track it down for the second out of the inning. And Cossey again with another hard hit ball, but nothing to show for it.
Too much loft here at Duncan Field on a night like tonight with the wind blowing in from right center field, and nothing to show for two pretty solidly struck baseballs here in the bottom of the seventh.
It'll be up to Weston Johnston to try and start a rally. With the bases empty and 2 outs. Vincent with a nice breaking ball to start him off, 0-1. That was his 103rd pitch, so you're almost guaranteed that this will be, thankfully, the last inning you'll see Zach Vincent, who all in all has had a pretty phenomenal outing. Finds the zone with the breaking ball, 0-2. Rules are you can't start a new inning after 100 pitches, unless you have a no-hitter going, which that is not the case tonight. 0-2 to Johnston. Over to the right side. Backing up is Saxton over to first in time, and the Sodbusters go up 3 down for the second consecutive inning. How about the night for Zach Vincent to retire the final 7 batters he faced, and he keeps his team in front 6-4 at Duncan Field. Final 2 innings coming your way on Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Very happy.
We've got your winner, Owen, the winner of the Skinny Battery.
It's the top of the 8th inning. It is still Fremont in front 6-4. We've held the score since the 5th inning. Nothing doing for me on the mark. Maybe Steve Stein can work some offensive magic here in these final couple of innings.
First off, want a couple of more zeros for the Hastings pitching staff. Chase Phillips has done a really good job coming in, as he is now going to be out there for his 3rd full inning. Came in and got it out. Has worked 2 1/3, striking out 3, walking 1. He's thrown 36 pitches. There's right-handed action behind him in the pen. As we saw, one game where he tried to go beyond 3 innings and got into a little trouble. You would think one way or the other this is probably it. If he could have a successful go, probably complete this one, let somebody else throw the ninth. They'll face Weedy, Jacobson, and Jones here in inning number 8 as the Sodbusters trail at 6-4. 6 runs, 5 hits for Fremont, 4 runs, 6 hits for the Sodbusters, but Hastings has committed 3 errors in the game. A lot of offense early, 4 for Fremont in the first, the Sodbusters with 2, and it's settled down since then. As first pitch swinging, sent high in the air to the left side, and making the call out in left field is Hastings Jackson Crane. 1 pitch, 1 out, and Weedy is retired as he's now 1 for 4.
Well, this next batter that Phillips will face will be the 9th batter he's faced. The on deck will be the first guy he's hit. That's kind of, I think, when we saw him get into trouble the other night, seeing the order for the second time through. But, wouldn't mind seeing maybe Phillips go out for the 9th inning. Hopefully maybe save another arm.
Pitches taken high, although Hastings is in really good shape with the way their schedule works out. They play at Fremont tomorrow, then they're off, play 1 game on Thursday, and then they have the entire weekend off, so they should be really good shape in terms of the pitching numbers, unless it just goes disastrously for the next 2 as the pitch across for strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jacobson, who's 1 for 3, walked back, should say 0 for 2 as he walked back in the 5th inning. So had a fielder's choice grounder and a ground out. Puts this one low. Johnston keeps it in front. 2 balls and a strike on Tanner Jacobson. Jacobson, a Cloud County Community College guy from Blair. Didn't play in the spring. Also a pitching candidate for this Fremont team. 2 balls and a strike. Phillips puts this one low. 3-1 the count. Phillips struck out the side in the 6th, then prompted 3 ground balls in the 7th, 2 handled by Loera, 1 by Vega, and a 3-1 delivery. Right there for strike 2. 3-2 the count on Jacobson. Really pops the mitt. Feels like he's got a little more velocity than that low to mid 80s. Just his arm action. 3-2 pitch on the way, and this one is taken outside. So Jacobson gets away, and he'll face Braden Jones, is actually getting his 3rd look at Phillips. He was at the plate back in the 5th when the Sodbusters got the pickoff out at second base of Weedy. So he saw 4 pitches then struck out in the 6th inning, and is now against Phillips here in the 8th. Curveball stays high for a ball, 1 strike. 1 on, 1 out, 6-4. Fremont looking for insurance as they try to end Hastings' 6-game season opening win streak and claw a little closer in this first half battle. Hard hit ball to center field, starting in, going back, Luke Causey, and there are 2 outs in the inning on a well-struck ball from Braden Jones. Now it'll be Grant Richnovsky coming to the plate.
That's frustrating. You probably can't hit it much harder than that on a night like tonight. But credit Luke Costi. That can be tough for a center fielder, especially at this time of night. Misreading balls that can either go over your head or land in front of you can be tough, but he made it look easy.
Richnovsky 0 for 2, walked back in the 2nd. He's since flown out and struck out, and he takes strike 1. He struck out his last time up against Chase Phillips, trying to put another 0 on the board and give Hastings a chance. 4 runs in the 1st, 2 runs in the 2nd, or in the 5th rather, for Fremont. Their 2 run scoring innings. Sodbusters get 2 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th as the pitch is fouled away. Quickly, 2 strikes on Grant Richnovsky. Out of Northwestern Iowa College, the Raiders, GPAC, NAIA level. Here at Duncan Field, wind blowing in from center field today. And that just off the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 408 to straightaway to center, 405 to the alleys. Sodbusters have probably had the harder hit balls today with a pair of triples off the bat of Causey and Crane, but they trail it 6-4. It's getting late. 1-2 pitch. Foul back. It remains 1-2, and Fremont's done a really good job, particularly against Marcus Miller, making him throw extra pitches. Miller could not complete 5 today. 103 pitches thrown, and unless the Sodbusters can rally, Miller would suffer his first loss after he picked up a win in his first start of the summer campaign. 1-2 delivery. This is a little bit high. A couple of borderline pitches going against Phillips. One was a little outside, one was just above the zone, and it goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Phillips will look into catcher Weston Johnston. Jaden Shabry, who did pinch hit, is now playing third base. Pitch swung on and missed, and Phillips, a nice job working his way through the 8th inning here. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. We enter the bottom half of the 8th. It's still 6-4 Fremont. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
I guarantee it.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Game Changer will tell us.
This is the final call for beer and mixed drinks.
Head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Sodbusters going to have their 4, 5, and 6 hitters up against a new Fremont pitcher. 25, and they do not have a 25 listed, so we will get an update on that when we can, but it'll be Jarvis, Crane, and Hilton to try to get things going. As Beatty coming on for the Fremont MOO.
Fremont does not have a 25 on their lineup card, so we will figure out this guy here as soon as we can. Carter Beatty, according to Game Changer. That is all we can tell you as of right now. More to come on Carter, hopefully as the inning progresses.
Carter Beatty, hopefully it's a long inning so we can figure it all out, as Ryan Jarvis, fielder's choice grounder to bring home a run back in the first. He grounded out in the third and walked and scored in the fifth, as the Sodbusters trail up by a score of 6-4. 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth. They've really been silenced. 7 straight set down by Zachary Vincent before he exited. He was pitch counted out. Glad to see him gone with 105 pitches, as the count 1-0 on Ryan Jarvis. One of the better at-bats of the game, just a simple walk, but he was able to work that walk in front of the RBI triple from Jackson Crane his last time up to make it a 2-run game. 1 ball and 1 strike the count on Ryan Jarvis. As Beatty working quickly and brings it in. Check swing. Jarvis didn't mean to. Got a piece of that one. Karams off the Sodbuster dugout and back into the field to play. 1-2 on Ryan Jarvis. As Beatty working quickly. One of the new additions to Fremont here recently as they get back in the state of Nebraska and able to add one to the roster.
We found him. Adoned College Tiger. So playing his college ball just down the road in Crete. Lincoln native. Graduated from Lincoln Southwest High School. Just finished up his freshman campaign. 7.2 innings pitched, a 7.04 ERA.
Good job, man. He is doing the research.
Fortunately, he's got a name that's probably not any other people have, rather than John Smith. You search up that name in baseball, usually it shows up. It did just there.
Pitch just misses the zone a little bit high. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Ryan Jarvis. Good job, Ryan Valenta, doing our research on the fly. As the Independence Baseball League, sometimes you just got to do what you can do to try to learn as we go. 3-2 delivery on the way. Off speed, called strike 3, and Jarvis was headed down to first, and that's a tough call. Could have had the leadoff man aboard, but Jarvis down looking. It doesn't happen a whole lot for the Hastings Sodbusters. And now Jackson Crane will try to ignite a 1-out rally. It's getting late. Bottom half of the 8th inning, Sodbusters on the short end of a 6-4 game.
Jarvis with a very good eye at the plates. Looking at the replay, a borderline call. Flight scope also had it as a borderline call. That could have gone either way. Might have been a bit high. Not a pitch that you can leave up to the umpire, though.
Not a borderline pitch there, but Jackson Crane went after one that was well out of the zone as that was down to the turf. 0-1 the count on Crane, and then watches that one go by for ball 1. Crane with a triple. He's got 2 runs batted in his Sodbuster debut. Jackson Crane, 1-1 pitch on the way. And this one struck solidly to center field, but that is going to be a routine fly ball on this night as Nikolai Weedy, no problem. He can cover some ground, didn't have to there. 2 quick outs, and it'll be Grant Hilton coming to the plate for the Hastings Sodbusters, the DH, who's 0 for 3. He'll step in the left-handed box against the right-hander Beatty, as Beatty trying to work a perfect 1-2-3 inning, hoping to get rid of Zachary Vincent, that would change the fortunes, but not to be to this point, as the first pitch swung on and missed. Hilton, a mighty swing there. It's no balls and a strike on Graham Hilton. Pair of strikeouts against Vincent. He had 2 of the 5 strikeouts. Vincent just walking 2. Pitch is down low into the dirt, and pitching staffs, which have combined to hit 31 so far this year, haven't hit a man tonight. That's kind of been refreshing. So we've seen some walks, but no HBP on the day. 6-4 the score. Fremont on top as they took an early 4-run lead and have made it stick so far. Pitch is on the outside corner. Hilton didn't think so, but he's now down to the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hastings Sodbusters battling Fremont on the road. First road game tomorrow. Swing and a miss. The Sodbusters quiet in the 8th. 1-2-3. As Beatty comes on and makes a nice debut for the Fremont MOO. We head to the 9th. It's Fremont 6, Hastings 4. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now. There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
We head to the ninth inning. The Hastings Sodbusters down by a score of 6-4 as we get a chance to see Brock Cross, graduate of Lake Havasu, Arizona, making his pitching debut, and he was pretty good his high school senior year. 2-0, no earned runs in 17 innings pitched, 27 strikeouts, 2 walks. I am excited, Brian Valenta, to get a chance to see him here face some college bats.
And he's a guy that one of the guys that just graduated high school as well, so looking to see what he can do on the mound. Looking for another 0 and nothing less at that. Those stats, you don't see something just quite like that. Talked about Brock Cross's bat at the plate, how he tore it up for Havasu in the spring. But for a guy to absolutely dominate on both sides of the ball, pitching and hitting, is pretty unheard of no matter what state you're from. So let's see what Cross can offer us tonight.
I'll be really anxious to see what he throws because his warm-up pitches, he looks so smooth, so fluid. It feels like it's coming in a lot faster than it looks. He's got such an easy delivery, but I'll bet he's got more velocity than it looks like. He'll face the top of the order, Carter Shellsmith, Brendan Floyd, and Joshua Hardiman. 6-4, Sodbusters trying to put a 0 on the board, and really good relief pitching. Chase Phillips came in for Marcus Miller, did a good job of getting out of a jam, and then worked 3 scoreless innings of his own accord, striking out 4 and walking 2. As Marcus Miller gets the start and would be the losing pitcher unless the Sodbusters can rally. First pitch strike to Carter Shellsmith. He is 1 for 3, doubled and scored back in the first as he came right out and kind of set the tone early with that extra base hit as part of the 4-run Fremont inning. 1 ball and 1 strike on Shellsmith. He's out of Marshalltown, Iowa Community College. Takes this pitch across, and you also like the fact that Cross works quickly. He gets it, and he goes. 1-2 the count. Cross is already ready to bring it, and does so. This one popped a mile high to the air, foul territory. It's going to be Shabry, the other high school grad, making the play. So, good beginning for the Hastings Sodbuster reliever, Brock Cross.
Went with a fastball there. Got an easy pop-up, but a not-so-easy play for Jaden Shabry, especially after you're sitting on the bench all day, getting his first opportunity to make a play at third base.
Here's Brendan Floyd, a couple of walks. He's 0 for 2. He's scored twice, takes the pitch high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Floyd. Stands in the right-handed box against the right-hander Cross. The 1-0 delivery, high and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Sodbusters will have the bottom of the order coming up. Shabry, Harrell, and Loera trying to break through. They'll need at least 2 to tie. 2-0 delivery on the way. At the letters for a strike, 2-1. Really popped the mitt of the catcher, Weston Johnston. Let's try to get the pitching number, some flight scope on the speed of Cross. Swing and a miss. No chance for Floyd as he was well behind that fastball. 2-2 the count. Just graduated high school, but he is a man. Well-built young man and got a better beard than I'll ever have. It's really depressing in a lot of ways. 3 balls, 2 strikes now on Brendan Floyd. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 9th. Sodbusters trail it 6-4 and way behind the offering, but fouls it away for Brendan Floyd, who remains 3-2. Another 2-strike foul ball for this Fremont MOO squad. They made a living of that against Marcus Miller, really extending pitch counts, and Miller had to throw 103 pitches and did not complete 5 innings today after he went 7 2/3 in his Sodbuster debut this year. 3-2 pitch, bounce to the right side. Vega charges, tosses underhand to Jarvis, no problem. Second baseman to the first baseman, 2 up, 2 down here for Fremont in the ninth.
Good play by Vega, and now the numbers for Cross. Believe it or not, he's got a little bit more velo than Chase Phillips. 85 to 87 so far. They curveball just about 10 miles an hour slower. That's 73 to 75. But yeah, like you said, just such an effortlessly easy delivery. His speed is almost deceptive.
Bouncing ball to the left side, could be a tough play. Shabry charges, sets, throws, in time! And the young'uns doing it for the Sodbusters. Cross on the mound, Shabry in the field. 1-2-3 as we head to the bottom of the ninth. 6-4 Fremont. This is Sodbuster baseball. I like Shabry. Man,
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to hastingssodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Last chance for the Sodbusters heading into the bottom of the ninth. It'll be Shabry, Harrell, and Loera trying to find the way against Carter Beatty. Beatty making his debut for this Fremont team and looking to pick up the save, looking to get Fremont back to 500 on the year and get an important win. Yeah, the winner of the first half, the winner of the second half, advance on to the championship series. Sodbusters get out to an early lead with a 6-0 record. Casper at 4-3, Fremont 3-4. Hastings had a chance to kind of bury Fremont a little bit deeper in the standings if they sweep these 2 games, but Fremont, and after the week they've had, 7 games in 6 days, a 6-hour road trip after being run-ruled. Pretty courageous performance for the MOO today as they're on the verge of victory. First pitch misses to Jaden Shabry. Shabry came in as a pinch hitter, hit it hard, but lined out to center field, and tonight's not a day for fly balls unless you can hit it like Luke Causey could or Jackson Crane. Those guys have got triples. Pretty much every other fly ball has been an out for the Hastings Sodbusters. The pitch misses, 2 balls and no strikes. Hastings needs base runners, so we'll see if Shabry's got the take sign at 2-0. Inside, 3-0, and now Shabry certainly is taking here, trying to find a way to get the tying run to come to the plate here in the bottom of the ninth. Beatty's 3-0 is at the letters for strike 1. 3-1 on Jaden Shabry. Shabry 294 coming into today. Here's the pitch. Hits it hard to the left field gap, and that's a base hit. Solid single to begin the ninth for Jaden Shabry. Did it defensively in the top half of the inning and gets this ninth inning rolling with Cooper Harrell coming to the plate.
Got the hitter's count fastball at a 3-1 count. Just the line drive right over the shortstop. Textbook piece of hitting there. It almost looked like that was off the inside of the bat, maybe a little bit off the in, towards the hands off the barrel. Able to muscle it into the outfield.
Here's Cooper Harrell. First pitch swinging, and that is over the bag. Fair ball down the first base line. Sodbusters will have second and third at least. It's a double for Harrell, and the Hastings Sodbusters have the tying runs on. The winning run at the plate with nobody out. Solid shot off the bat of Cooper Harrell as that first baseman tried to grab it, and Braden Jones just couldn't bring it in. And Hastings has 2 on with nobody out.
A very close play. We'll get a pinch runner at second, and there's Jet Hannaford that I was alluding to earlier, but that one right down the first base line. Braden Jones, after that one was hit, it went off of his glove. He tried to point to the right and sell the call that it was foul. Only the field umpire, or the home plate umpire, had a good angle at it and called it fair right away. Perfectly placed. The Sodbusters with the golden opportunity here.
You mentioned Jet Hannaford guy who's representing the tying run, and he can fly. Has already gotten 5 stolen bases, so they'll have good speed on the bases. And there's going to be a new pitcher for Fremont, so the Moo go to the pen. Let's take a break. It's 6-4 Moo, and this is Soundbuster Baseball. Awesome. Okay,
let's face it,
right-hander.
we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now. There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Bottom of the 9th inning, and a big spot. Lucas Hamza comes in. He's another Midland University product out of Phoenix, Arizona. He's this 3rd year with the Moo. Lucas Hamza, 2-time NAIA Scholar athlete. In the spring, he went 1-3 with a 4.43 ERA and 32 2/3 innings pitched. Last summer, he was 0-1 with a 7.71 ERA. But 2023, he was maybe the pitcher of the year in the IBL. He was dynamite. And so very experienced, very seasoned veteran coming out of the pen for Fremont, trying to lock this down as they have a 2-run lead. But 2nd and 3rd, nobody out for 9-1-2, just where you want to be in the lineup. If for the Hastings Sodbusters, Loera had a single back in the 4th inning to go along with Vega and Cossey, as Sodbusters trying to find a way to at least tie it and send it to extra innings. Lucas Hamza, opportunity here though to earn the save. Getting back closer to home, and Hamza making his 2025 summer debut, able to get a couple of more guys now that they're back closer to home after the trip from Spearfish to Hastings.
And Hamza, a guy, like you said, 3rd year with the Moo, and just finished up his 5th year with Midland University. A lot of guys here for maybe their 1st or 2nd seasons, even 3rd seasons at college ball. Nope, Hamza just finished up his 5th year with the Warriors. Career 17-14 record. He's thrown a total of 202 innings in the past 5 springs, a career ERA of 5.87.
It's a guy much like Marcus Miller for Hastings College, a guy who's seen a lot of college experience. This moment not going to be too big for him, and he throws a first pitch strike to Loera, and a single and a double off the bat of Shabry and Hannaford, and Harrell setting the stage here. Hannaford now running for Harrell out at second base, and no balls and 1 strike, the count on Christian Loera. Love to find a way to keep this train moving, at least get 1 run home here. 0-1 delivery, and this one is popped up short right field. A long run for everybody, a diving attempt. No! Everybody's going to be safe. Throw comes in, and there'll be runners at 1st and 3rd. Nobody out. Loera sneaks one into right field. Jacobson, a headlong dive, could not bring it in. The Sodbusters have the winning run on with nobody out after the RBI single from Christian Loera.
That one was trouble off the bat right away. It looked like a lazy pop-up, but for whatever reason, Tanner Jacobson was playing really deep in right field, and that cost him by just a half a step on a bloop single just out of the reach of him.
6-5 now, tying run at 3rd with Drew Vega coming to the plate. The pitch right across for a strike, no balls and 1 strike, and for Hamza, did what he could. He prompted a pop-up, but Fremont could not make the play, and now the Sodbusters a chance to tie it and perhaps win it. Still nobody out. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball foul. Hamza would love a strikeout. And right now, interesting, Fremont, they are playing for extra innings. They're playing their infield back, a double play depth, thinking, okay, we're going to concede that run at 3rd. If we could get 2 outs here, we'll take our chances in extra frames. They are not playing the infield in at all, with still a 1-run lead and runners at 1st and 3rd and nobody out. Hamza trying to find a way to get one by Vega. 0-2 pitch on the way. A little bit high, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Drew Vega. Vega 1 for 4. He singled his first time up, then 3 straight groundouts. He's tough to double play just because he runs so well. But another ground ball, and that could be the case. 1-2 pitch on the way. And Vega stays alive as he fouls it over on the first base side. It remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on Drew Vega. Not much of an RBI guy a year ago, but batting at the top of the order. Has had some chances this year and has come through. 7 runs batted in on 8 hits this year. 364 coming into today. He's also scored 6 times. Great speed. Runner goes. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. The runner will take second, however. Vega can't get the job done, but Loera does take second, and now 2 in scoring position, and Luke Causey and Weston Johnston a chance to perhaps tie it or win it. Now the infield will come in.
I was very surprised to see them not come in. They're going to walk Johnston. They're walk Causey here to get to Johnston here. That's kind of interesting because you have to pick your poison. You've got Causey, who sent a wall ball today, but Johnston's had a tough day at the plate, but as we know, he had tore it up in that series against Milwaukee.
And now they will send the infield back to double play depth, trying to win it with a twin killing here. 6-5, high drama, Duncan Field. Hamza delivers. Swing at a bouncing ball, left side, going to be a tough play. Third baseman only played a first. Tie game, well played by Josh Hardiman, but Weston Johnston, a great job putting it in play. He'll be out. 5-3 on the putout. Does get the game tying RBIs. Jet Hannaford comes in to score. Loera represents the winning run. And Luke Causey advances to second. And Ryan Jarvis, would you rather have anybody at the plate right here for the Hastings Soundbusters?
Short answer, no. Long answer, also no. Ryan Jarvis, he has done so much for the Soundbuster team. And Weston Johnston, the perfect dribbler, out in front of home plate. No play for Hardiman other than to first base. And if you walked Causey to get to Johnston, do you walk Jarvis to get to Jackson Crane? He's making his Soundbuster debut. It appears not. Maybe we'll see if Hamza's trying to pitch around him to get some weak contact for the final out. We'll see.
Well, you saw Crane have a triple earlier. So again, pick your poison. First pitch on the outside corner to Ryan Jarvis. 1 strike to count. So the RBI ground out from Weston Johnston ties it. Really like the defensive play of Joshua Hardiman. He's made some nice plays over at third, and that was another good one to get the out. 0-1 pitch on the way. Jarvis grounds this one back up the middle. The shortstop bobbles! Jarvis hustling! Safe! Safe! Sodbusters win it! Michael Baker could not make the play cleanly, and Hastings rallies for 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Can you say 7-0? The dream lives on, baby.
Unbelievable finish. The guys find a way again. Never saying die, and the pile gets all the way out in right center field. Ryan Jarvis looked like the guy in Major League running in slow motion down first base, trying to beat the final throw there. But the boot by Michael Baker cost Fremont the chance to go to extra innings and to lose this game here by a score of 7-6. 3 come home in the bottom of the 9th. And you can see Baker's frustration at the end of it. He spiked his glove down, disappointed that he couldn't make the play at first. That would have sent it to extra innings for sure. And the legs of Ryan Jarvis ensures the undefeated streak stays alive. You just never know what you're going to see in a baseball game.
Hastings wins the contest 7-6 as they plate 3 runs on 3 hits, take advantage of 1 huge error to get the game winner home. But you feel bad for Michael Baker, but the Soundbusters setting the table early. Get the single from Shabry, the double from Harrell. He was pinch run for, and that's another great job there for the head coach, Josh Printer, because when the grounder came, if Hannaford's not running at third, does the third baseman come home with it? Hannaford ended up scoring the tying run, and then Loera gets the winning run. They do the intentional walk to Causey. Weston Johnston gets that RBI ground out to score Hannaford, and then Ryan Jarvis puts it in play and hustles down the line, and that's all you can do and see what happens.
That's what you say, put it in play, and sometimes good things will happen. That's exactly what happened tonight. Hastings pulling a miracle for their second walk-off win of the year. They did it against Spearfish in the opening series. They get the win tonight, 7-6. Put it in play, see what happens. Ryan Jarvis did just that. It was a tough play, but the Sodbusters, after they kind of got taken advantage of in the first half of the game, it was Fremont kind of hitting those lazy ground balls and getting rewarded for that with tough plays by the defense. Sodbusters repay the favor in the ninth inning. And how about Jaden Shabry coming off the bench, just his second at-bat of the day, and coming in after playing a couple of innings of defense, gets the leadoff hit. Cooper Harrell with that line scraper of a double down the right field line. Christian Loera follows suit. Drew Vega couldn't do so, but Luke Cossey gets the free pass. Weston Johnston, once again, didn't hit it too hard, ended up getting the game tied. And then Ryan Jarvis, the game winner tonight. Gotta feel good for the Hastings Sodbusters, especially to come back and beat this Fremont team that has been so tired out in the last games, and that's probably got to be a big blow to them when they thought they should have had this game won, and they probably should have.
And another key in that ninth inning, and again, more credit to Josh Printer, sending Christian Loera on a stolen base to get him into scoring position. Even though Drew Vega struck out on the play, that gave that extra base. That got him to third, and the Sodbusters able to get him home when it counted, and they win the game 7-6. Final numbers coming up, and we'll hear from the head coach, Josh Printer, as our post-game continues. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Sodbusters rally to win it 7-6. Final line score 7 runs, 9 hits for Hastings, 3 errors. Fremont 6 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, including that one in the ninth as Hastings finds a way. They end up scoring 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth, and then the 3 game-winning runs in the ninth. Fremont jumps out to that 4-run lead in the fifth, and hats off to the bullpen. Chase Phillips comes in, closes the door, gives his team the opportunity. Brock Cross makes his season debut and picks up the win in him, as you saw Shabry come in and make a couple of fine plays at third base, and Vega with a play at second. But the pitching, Marcus Miller struggled after his season opening outing. 103 pitches, did not get through the fifth, but Phillips and Cross doing the job. And then from a hitting standpoint, the Sodbusters have one multi-hit game. That's Luke Cossey, and Cossey 2 for 4 rather, as he triples, scores twice, and earned enough respect that he got an intentional walk there in the ninth. But up and down the lineup, Drew Vega 1 for 5 with a run scored. Ryan Jarvis 0 for 4, an RBI and a run scored. Jackson Crane makes his Sodbuster debut, and he had the big RBI triple. He knocks in 2, goes 1 for 4. Ethan Foley 1 for 2. Jaden Shabry 1 for 2, a run scored. And you had that nice at-bat for Harrell, who doubled down the first base line. Then he was pinch run for by Hannaford. And then Christian Loera gets a multi-hit game for the Hastings Sodbusters. He goes 2 for 4 on the day with an RBI and a run scored.
Well, that was just a testament of what head coach Josh Printer's been preaching to the guys all season long. There's going to be times of adversity, just not trying to do too much, keeping things simple, as he would say, and that's what the Sodbusters did. The offense was maybe a little bit too simple in innings 6 through 8 with no runs on the scoreboard, but able to push across it when it mattered the most, and thank goodness that the Sodbusters got to see some different pitching as well. Tough luck for Zach Vincent, who pitched 7 excellent innings. The bullpen gives it up for Fremont to lose their third straight contest because they got swept against Oahe over the weekend, and now losing against the Sodbusters. And a resilience by the team, too. Got smacked in the mouth for 4 runs early, able to come back, even though they allowed the 2 more runs back in the 5th inning, to keep composure and give the right guys the bullpen, especially, like you said, Chase Phillips, to keep the game manageable. Awesome job. You just never know what's going to happen when you send different guys out there, especially we've seen Chase Phillips have a tough outing before already, but he was able to get the job done. And how about Brock Cross, the high school sensation, getting put on in a big moment? Probably didn't think he was going to end up with the win tonight, but he does just that after getting the final scoreless 3 outs. And like I mentioned, with Hastings going to Fremont tomorrow, and Fremont's on the leg of several games in several days, it's got to feel good, and the Sodbusters will be on a high streak, hopefully, in the game tomorrow.
First road game of the year for the Hastings Sodbusters, and this is one you hope it lingers for Fremont, because, man, you think it would. They get run-ruled twice, they come on the road, feel like they probably got this one in the bag, just get 3 outs, bring in a dude from the bullpen who's been there and done that, and just can't quite finish it out. And Sodbusters have been in that situation in years past. It's tough to get up the next day, so it'll be a fun matchup tomorrow, and if Hastings can come out and find a way to play well, maybe they can get a little sweep of this 2-game series. Magic continues. Come on over as we get a chance to hear from the head man. What do you think about this one and another walk-off winner here? Josh Printer.
Things weren't going our way. I mean, just we hit a lot of balls right at them, but you always never know. You always just go down fighting, and especially the team that we got. I mean, just kind of good being on the good side of the good breaks to start the season.
You've always told us about the team's really good at keeping things simple. The offense a little too simple in innings 6 through 8, no runs, but for a team that almost seemed lifeless for the final 3 innings, they were able to piece together 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. What was the different approach at the plate to get them with those runs across?
I think, we didn't really change our approach. I wouldn't say that, but we finally got to the pen. I think we finally got to their bullpen kind of finally. I mean, we were hitting a lot of balls right at people, and as soon as as a hitter, as soon as you get that starter out of the game, kind of sigh of relief, kind of almost a reset for them. So it just kept having quality ABs. Had a couple breaks there in the 9th, but just all the fight in the world, and they just kept fighting, and it ended up going our way.
And I know you got the 3 in the bottom of the 9th, but let's go back a little bit. You give up those 2 in the top of the 5th. How big was it? 2 outs, nobody on. Jarvis works a walk, and then Crane comes up with a triple just to get 1 back there.
Absolutely, retaliation. It just kind of puts some momentum after they take the momentum. The game of baseball is all about momentum, and just kind of throws it back our way a little bit. And especially when we hold them scoreless, keeps us in a game. Great job from Chase Phillips and Brock to just keep it down. Gives us a chance have a chance in the 9th.
Well, then you guys, I've seen walk-off dog piles or whatever you want to call that, getting around the barely in the infield. You guys are all the way out into right field. It was obviously a huge win for the guys. Talk about the energy in the huddle after the game, and just how much this meant for the team to pull off this miraculous win.
Just happy for the guys. I mean, they've been busting their butt, and just beyond happy for them. And I mean, obviously, kind of wacky way to win it. And I didn't see them out in the outfield, but yeah, I guarantee you, they were trying to chase down Jarv. I know Jarv was probably running away from them, so. A lot of fun.
And let's go through that 9th. I mean, you have Jaden Shabry, who can't come in earlier, hit it hard in the 6th. He gets the single. Cooper Harrell with the double to kind of set the stage. Talk about those 2 guys with their 2 at-bats.
Just get a pitch. I talked to Jaden a little bit, and just get a pitch that you can handle. We don't need no triple. We don't need no home runs. We just need base runs in that situation. And then Coop got himself in the lineup today because he looked really good in BP and just kept it simple, but he had a really good day in BP today, and I just trusted him, and he ended up getting it done.
All right. Well, for the first time tomorrow, you're going to hit the road, so you got to take these band of misfits on the road, and you get to play this Fremont team tomorrow. What's the process going to be like going for their first road game tomorrow, and how excited are you guys to see a change of venue maybe tomorrow?
Yeah, maybe it'll help us. A couple of those balls that we hit, maybe give us a chance to maybe leave a yard. But our approach and everything doesn't change. Just keep playing how we've been playing. It's ended up being good so far, and just another game, and just keep the same approach and keep the same hungriness, and just continue to do what we've been doing.
Maybe a little more about that ninth inning. Loera comes through with the RBI single, and that's after you pinch ran Jet Hannaford. He scores the tying run on the grounder. Having his speed at third pretty much made Fremont play for the tie there.
Absolutely. I mean, just having that in our back pocket since he wasn't out there. I kind of knew that was kind of we were trying to save him for a situation where we needed him, and it ended up coming up a little clutch there. So.
And Ryan Jarvis with the grounder. After the ball was booted, it seemed like it was slow motion for Jarvis to get down to first. I didn't know if that was ever going to happen.
Yeah, I think we were all kind of holding our breath, the whole stadium there. I thought for sure he was going to be there, and then you look up and it's about to be a bang play, and just kudos to him for running hard out of the box.
He is Josh Printer, head coach for the Hastings Sodbusters, 7-0, and they put Fremont another game back as Fremont falls to 3-5. This is the only game in the IBL today. Nobody else plays until Wednesday, as a matter of fact, as the Sodbusters wrap up this 2-game home tomorrow. Ryan Valenta, any final thoughts on this one?
Did not think that this was going to be the case in the game today, but I mean, anything is possible, and especially in summer collegiate baseball, it's what you love to see. Come out to the ballpark, and they're going to post some wacky walk-off wins like that. It's a big testament to the guys to fight back. Could it be easy just to say, all right, let's just go get the one tomorrow and lay down and try not to hurt ourselves in the game? But the true fight proved truthful tonight. How about a 7-0 start to the season? It's kind of hard to say that, a little weird to say, but a healthy phrase to say, 7-0 for the Sodbusters started off.
So, road game tomorrow, no coverage for us. We will be giving you the opportunity to watch us on Thursday as Nebraska prospects come in. One game only, then the Sodbusters will have the weekend off before hitting the road for real as they'll have 4 games at Casper. Again, if you want to watch the game tomorrow, Fremont broadcasts all their games, so a chance to see the MOO broadcast tomorrow. But we'll have an evening off and get a chance to hear if the Sodbusters can win their road opener. Big thank you to Mason Hendricks, our producer today. For Ryan Valenta, final score once again from Duncan Field, Hastings 7, Fremont 6. I'm Steve Stein. Good night, everyone.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch the spirit.